Today, we take on a pretty challenging city builder, and I'm going in blind. A little gem I've somehow haven't heard of until this week, and yes, considering the amount of city builders I've played, that's refreshing to find something different. Let's dive in and see what the lovely city builder settlement survival has to offer. Let's go. Many years and a big build. Well, here we go. Well into Settlement Survival, one of the few survival games I've never actually played, and we are going straight in on combat mode. Yes, you know it is Lemonville. Now, this is our game difficulty score, which seems relatively high, but I reckon we'll be all right because I do know my way around city builders. That could be my famous lad's words, but let's see what we can do. Everything else, as you can see on the screen here as well. The only thing I've changed is citizen lifespan. I've put to longevity instead. But we start with 3 tech points, 21 people, and there is the map seed. I haven't touched this. So 397773067. All right, and then we're met, well, with our first choice, and that is where are we going to build our city? So we've got a key on the side of what we're looking for. Fertile soil, grassland, hunting point, seed point, fishing point, gold point, and jade points. What I can see then, down here, I mean, later on is going to be the gold and jade, I assume. So I would be tempted somewhere like here straight away. Look, and then we focus fishing. Looks like we'd have some initial resources. So I want to go pretty central with the marketplace. Let's get stuck in. Survivors have chosen a place to settle down, but there are more challenges ahead waiting for them. Let's do this. So right off the rip then, as you can see, we have nothing but a marketplace and a builder's cabin. So we're going to go straight in and get some of this going. So from the marketplace and the builder's cabin, we'll get a simple road. I see some animals there straight off the start, but I'm going to grid maybe around the marketplace at least anyway. And then we'll decide where we're doing these. I think there is like movement boosts on these roads from what I know. Yeah, 25% speed increase on normal, 50% on the old stone. We'll let them start and we'll go straight in, I think, to gathering. Now, I do want to point out I haven't touched this game at all. Literally 0 playtime. So take that as you will. This could go one of two ways. I'm fairly confident we'll be okay, but we shall see. I'm actually looking for some different raw resources here. We should be all right, though. Mainly, first thing we want to do is going to be the houses, and I don't want to go over these animals so much, if I'm honest. So let's go, I mean, away from where the builder's hut is. Let's get maybe 4 in there. Although we have 21, it's 4 to a house, so that is 16. We're going to need more. So first things first, we'll go up this way as well. Let's get 2 more there. That covers us. And then utility-wise, let's have a little look. Yeah, this one here, we're going to go... Have we got these? Yep, we've got this. Let's go straight in for a big well now. Who isn't going to need water, right? My assumption is going to be we'll need it by the marketplace, and I'm going to go right in here. Not too concerned that that wildlife is there. Obviously, we'll want to hunt it at some point, but we'll be all right. So have a quick look across the UI then. So as you can see, we've got our resources up here. We can hide the trees. The name, speed, money, we've got happiness, we've got the actual workers themselves. So it looks like when they're not assigned to a building, they are a laborer automatically. We have happiness, which seems to be boosted by... So the higher the happiness, the more they do stuff. So we can get to 100%, look, plus 10% for every extra 25% happiness when over 100%. So work efficiency is incredible. And we've got tech tree. Ooh, let's have a look. So we started with those 3 tech points, didn't we? We've got quite a bit in here. I think I want to go through and probably see what we've got. And there is nothing more important than probably medicine. So I need to keep that as a caveat right here. Let's have a little look. Science. So we've got a school. The tech XP generated from school type structures 100%. We've got a research institute can generate a large amount of tech. Uses paper to increase output. That is also a caveat then, because that will speed up the rest of it. Okay, so all different sorts of things. We've got different types of construction, agriculture, which is nice. I see fishing net. Okay, processing. Oh, there is loads. This is awesome. Okay, so let's start with a research institute. And I don't know if we're going to need this yet, but it is something we want to consider. Now, I see fishing dock. Perfect. Let's go ahead and think... Buff acquirable from resource spot. If we put fishing here, then does it get a, I assume, a boost? It does. Okay, so we're going to hit a fishing spot there. And we'll assume that we need a dirt road to come to it. And we'll just wing it. We'll go like that. Actually, I might go a bit mad with the houses. I don't know whether to block them in like this. Just for now. Some simple little grids, right? We'll get them moving. Once they're in there, they'll be good. I do see potential for need of like firewood of some kind. Chopping house. Timber or dry dung into domestic fuels could be used to heat houses. Okay, chopping wood. Let's get industry over this way then. And let's keep the gathering going as far as possible. So we want to take as much of the resources as we can that are like nearby, right? We're going to clear it all out before we build on top, which makes perfect sense. And our first houses are in, which makes me super happy. Now let's slow it down again. I am going to just bring myself in as much as possible. So fishing dock obviously going in. We've got a beast ranch. Tigers and bears can be kept. That is weird. Pasture, orchard, field, and standard field. We've got the usual. We're going to need this for various stuff. So let's get agricultural gathering out this way. And let's get a road in for that as well. I don't want to do too much in the way of like overdoing the building. But again, as always, guys, the tips as well, please do give them in. I'm okay with that. So just let me know. We want science here because I got the research institute as well. We're going to need more iron after all this, but this is definitely what we're going to want for the tech. I don't know if this is sensible putting it in right now, but I am going to do it anyway. And that's going to take some building. I am going to prioritize the fishing though. I love that you can go up to 10x, by the way. Oh, traveling merchant is here. Hello. So we could sell some reserves of peas. Definitely not something we will be doing. Can you not buy? I guess we might need some trading posts. I'm not going to touch that. There you go. Fuel reserves being low. Might need one get on top of that as well. And yeah, I think this is perfect then to get the roads. And I'm assuming when I haven't built too much, they might decide to get some more. Let's go this way. Are they llamas? They are llamas. Look at that. Anyway, now we've done that, should we get in? Let's see. We've got the 2 points, and I can see that we gain technology. So each technology... So the more we build, the more we gain as well. So all of that kind of contributes to that, which is interesting. A marquee. This structure can be placed outside marketplace ranges, can hold 10 citizens, provide food, water, and insulation, kind of crowded quarter. Living in it will prevent further reproduction. Suitable as makeshift settlements for immigrants. No. I am going to go... Waterborne diseases. Okay. I think I want to try and get down here as quick as possible. So I'm going to go for a herbalist hut as well. I'm going to try and make sure I prioritize things as we go through though. A little listening and watch them digging stuff up. I mean, absolutely smashing through these. I see when you click on them, you can rename everyone. That's really nice. We've got certain things. So they're getting all from these as well. It looks like they are. It looks like coal to me, but it's still counting. So I guess gather rocks is a good one because we're going to need that iron. I'm going to take all of those that we can get early on. Looks like our fishing hut is just finishing off now, so hopefully we can start that gathering. New seed acquired. What did we get? Ooh, right. Oh my god, look how many seeds and animals there are. So we started with chili seeds and pumpkin seeds. Those are the two that we got. We also have just found an oat seed. I mean, to prep things ready, should we get standard fields? Where do we want to farm from, though? I reckon we start farming... Where's that fertile land? So if we assume that's pasture land, we don't really have it, so it doesn't matter where we go then. So I am going to go up here. And we're going to choose... It looks like we need to choose a seed. I see the plus. Sorry, I'm clicking quite quick. I'm just so used to city builder games. It feels like all the other ones, really, so we're okay. Oat seeds has a harvest period of 100 days and certain growth temperatures. We are in the spring, so we should kind of want the chilies. Let's go for chilies. Maybe can we reduce the field down to 1 just whilst? Yeah, we can. Right click. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to get another field in this one. That is going to be the pumpkins or oats for now. Fishing hut is in. I'm going to let this one fish like crazy then. It'll be nice to see some of those coming in. I love that we have a graph for every little thing as well. That's always nice. Right, let's go herbalist hut as well. So I'm going to do it by manually clicking prioritization as well. I'm probably going to put the herbalist hut off the back of the research center here. And then housing wise, I mean, I can see that we're going to have enough for the people there, but we want to get ours up and the birth rate. So we're going to want to get in a couple more. Let's maybe do 2 there. We'll go back to back. And then maybe we'll let them focus up the roads because it's going to be quite important that we get all that done as well. I can see we have everything going on down here, which is always pretty handy. Fuel reserves being low and another seed. So we've got coffee. Officially no more homeless though. So I guess the plan is to try and get it before we hit this. The cold. We are going to need to obviously defend ourselves too. So now that I think about it, we already have access to, I guess, what is a basic clinic. So we'll also want to get this thing. And honestly, I'm going to put it next to the medicinal. So we've got those in. So now those houses are in. I think we're okay. I might prioritize one house and then we're going to hit up the other side of this. And then we'll prioritize the, yeah, let's go one house, then the chopping house. Chopping house first, then the house. So we can get that firewood in ready. We want to start stockpiling it, don't we? Looks like we're going to get one person in this one and we'll go for staple foods. Let's grab oat seeds in this one then. I don't think we can do coffee just yet. It might need certain fertility. Hey, so far so good. A nice little settlement, right? There is the chop house. I am going to leave 2 woodcutters in there. We'll keep a close eye on this as we go through. Now, the one thing I am lacking is more resources. So let's go ahead and get them going on all of this surrounding area. And then we're going to get some of this going. So we're going to need a forester's hut somewhere. Let's try and go maybe off the back of this kind of zone. They're going to gather off this, aren't they? Gatherer's hut's going to be there. Is it sensible to put the forester's hut planting in between? I don't know. You'll have to let me know on that, guys. I'm going to give it a go either way, I think. Let's prioritize the clinic next. We've got that extra house in, so we should be able to see some people coming in. Alrighty, we managed to get the clinic going. That's good. So it's within a radius. Everything has a radius, right? So treatment for plague. So it looks like we can treat for cholera if we get it, which is nice. How's my food looking? Okay, fish numbers coming in. I wonder how we'll keep a close eye. I like the simplicity of like how the farms are, but I also love that they're all working it. I see some chilies coming in, man. Oh, that's cool. We only have 5 laborers now, though, so we have got to be pretty careful on how we do it. So I really want them to finish this building. Oh, God. Foot fractured, slow movement speed. I'm really sorry. How long does it take you to recover? Can't deal with fractures, unfortunately. But yeah, I really want them to focus up the roads because getting that speed boost would be huge. Now, if we consider the marketplace, like there's no one living out there, so it's quite far for them to go. I don't know whether it's better to put a house like here. That way they're in range of the marketplace, but also closer to the fishing. I don't know. They're walking back anyway, so it might not be the most efficient yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. Do you see that we got chilies coming in, which is nice. Each thing gives specific hunger and happiness. So we're going to want to make some meals at some point. We have a tech point. Very, very nice. There's the research institute. And let's come over to the herbalist hut. So we want to use herbs to make what? Medicinal powder or a bandage. Let's stick with medicinal powder first. So that uses herbs. I think that is okay. Let's go 100 medicinal powder down here so you can set benchmarks for each, which is nice. Okay, domestic fuel. We're going to go up quite a bit on this. We're going to go to 1,000 and let's see if we can get that moving. Now, what does that one come under? It's got to be under one of these. Oh, okay, we got different drop downs. Oh God, I see we're already coming into a winter. Does that cycle these guys out as laborers? I think it might. I mean, we'll see, right? Did I stockpile enough food? We might need gathering. And we most likely want to get ourselves a hunter's hut. And for now, I'm going to slap one pretty close. So we've got it for the winter to deal with all this. We're going to be, I mean, 1 citizen freezing. Not too much I can do about that. The marketplace, does it have the firewood? Ah, it's the guys that are further away. That's okay. And forester's hut coming in now. I don't know if this one chops and plants. Let's see if we can get an equal amount of each. All right, let's see if there's something we can help with, like the keeping people better, to be honest. Livability. What do we have? Heating. Boiler room consumes domestic fuel to provide heating for area of housing. Increases fuel consumption drastically. Let's check this out then. So a boiler room. Ah, okay. This is perfect. So this thing has a range. Let's get that prioritized then. And let's see if that helps. So it'll be less fuel for the houses. Less need for any. There's the household goods there. I don't see any domestic fuel then. Just looking ahead on the map here, look. So we're 11 months in. Obviously, once we're through here, I see an immigrant has reached this area, coming to possess town hall to accept the immigrants. There it is. There's the town hall. So we want to try and get a town hall in as well. Where do we want to put this thing? It's quite big. I might go there. I'm going to get it placed now. We've got a prioritization system in anyway. We just got to get through this winter, right? We're in the thick of it, so hopefully we can do something. I am going to hit a gather plants to try and keep on top. It looks like we have no one free. I can't reduce the fish. Let's take some off the forester's hut. Plant trees and fell trees. Okay, so they do a bit of both. So we'll keep that kind of moving with one person. We'll keep 2 people free to go and do the rest. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause that for now. Collecting some nice tech points, which is good. So I'm also going to go ahead and pause the Research Institute to get a bit of this moving. Herbalist hut still working. I'll keep the clinic open. We've had some births, which is good. So hopefully we'll have those growing up in a bit. We did get another seed. What are we working with now? Flax. Good. Oh, what is this? Town hall. Build a town hall. Check me out. Okay, so that's perfect. We can get the different policies done. That's one big thing out the way. So when the immigrants come, at least we're going to be able to do stuff. So if we get a dock, we can trade as well. Not something we can do yet. Looks like the thaw is out. Nobody died, which is good. I do see, though, however, that we're going to need what looks to be some kind of mining. So new technology, that is the mine pit. That's sensible option, right? And we are going to attempt what looks like, don't want it over there. I might, oh, it's a bit obscure. We might have to go over this way. Okay, you push it right into the rock. Could do it there then. I was thinking there. Yeah, let's go to that end then. And I see some of the roads finally being built, which is nice as well. So I'm just going to bring this. Let's get these connected in. And let's put one more back in the forester's hut now and let them just continue kind of planting away just to get that up. I see we have no construction materials though. So although we have those, I do need to do a bit of rock gathering. So I'm going to hit this up over there. Let's do a bit of a drag and try and get them, any that we've got, kind of knocking about. And then we'll have the mine kind of prioritize with that stone. You know what? I see enough wood. Let's take you out. I think the key for this one is to build up both, yeah, the household goods, such as fuel and all that, and then get this thing finished to get it sorted. So I just need these guys to chop like crazy. And there's the mine coming in. So I got a good amount of stone coming in once again. Once this is good, we're fine. I just need some of these to kind of level up or grow up. So 8 children only. Oh, definitely need to get some kind of school in, don't we? Just notice this latrine. Now, obviously that's a toilet, isn't it? I mean, let's get that in. We're going to need it in range of the houses anyway, right? So let's get that going. And there it is. So we're going to go for... Oh, we can't get stone. Does it produce stone as a byproduct? We'll start with iron and we'll let that kind of just tick in. Just get 2 people on that. And we'll keep the other 2 separate. Those immigrants are going to be welcomed with open arms. Let's get that boiler room in, see if we're good for the winter on the next one. And I've just thought the houses we're obviously going to need to be able to fit in the actual immigrants themselves, right? So let's get 2 more houses in this direction. I am just going to put this block all the way up. I think I can fit 2 more in actually. Let's go like that. And then we'll get the road around it via this. Oh, that boiler room requires cut stone. Ah, okay. Also, is it worth us having a storage yard? I think so. That was silly. We've obviously got one in this one, but I'm going to put another one there, a rather large one, just a pretty centralized one. Eventually get rid of this, right? Let's also open the technology tree. Where do I get stone? Is it the quarry? Can produce stone. There it is. Let's get a quarry on the go. That was the one I wanted first, not iron. So... oh, this will absolutely obliterate wherever I put it. Let's go out this way. I mean, we're going to build down towards this, right? So let's get the quarry in this end. Hopefully get us some stone going as well. And I see that hopefully harvest is going to be good enough to keep us good here. I was just scrolling across all of these service buildings. Look, we have towers. Different types of walls. There is the school as well. Must take a full course load to graduate. Graduate students... What am I saying? Graduate students will get a basic education certificate and their output will not decrease. So that is also... I've just realized. Yeah, that's fine. So the stone there, we'll be able to get that in. We could go ahead and do that straight away then. Question is, where would we put said school? I have a feeling this is going to have some kind of like area of effect. Now that hunter's cabin isn't going to stay there either. It's worth noting. So I'm going to put the school just in here, I think. This is obviously just temporary to harvest all of the animals that we can see. I thought that was quite sensible. But for the rest of it, we'll keep moving on. Now iron, I'm going to go down to the 1 now. Just to keep that ticking up really slowly. Really need to focus up the stone. I've just realized where it says field, you can draw it on yourself. I have 1 seed, do I? Have an orchard seed. Oh, a bandit camp has appeared as well. Oh, God. Okay. So we're going to need to deal with that somehow. Ideally, then, we'd just get a tower to cover this area. If they come this way, then we'll be fine, right? That's what I'll do. I don't want to get it in yet. I'm just going to hold fire. Hopefully some kind of barracks and stuff later on we'll need to get as well. We have plenty of children that will grow up at some point, but here comes the next winter now. So these guys are removed from the farms, hopefully come back into the labourer pool. I don't know how that works. We'll see. And then we can get these migrants in and really ramp up our workload. I think we managed to stockpile enough. The one thing I do see is domestic fuel doesn't really come in very quickly. I feel like you need loads of these. I see that it's making it. It just takes quite some time for the woodcutters to actually get it out. I look at the annual production and consumption across all of our resources, and we are okay across the board, I think. I think I need a second well, but I'm going to leave that for now. The one large one at the moment is doing the job. I did remember that this does have a person on it. I'm going to just leave it going. There is a new seed. That's pretty awesome. What did we get? Ah, pea seeds. Nice. As far as I'm aware, a nice hardy vegetable. So let's go over this way. And that is going to be for the old pea seeds. Lovely. We're going to be coming out of the winter very soon, so we can get these kind of ready. Stone pit's about to finish. I don't know how many are going to be in there. I'll just have 1 ticking that up. The same with all 3. I'll probably get another one in there. Obviously, immigrants, I'm hoping to pull in a few. Let's just go down to 1 in the stone pit. And then research. Obviously, we have 1 technology point. What do we want to do here? Construction techniques. This sounds like a great place to go. I did see decreases the demolition times, or is that the right thing? More efficient at making domestic fuel than the chopping house. Also processes timber into plank. And then a water sawmill. Same function as a sawmill, but powered by water, thus with greater efficiency. That's probably something we want to consider. There is the barracks, by the way, as well. Agriculture, though. Let's have a look. Fodder. I know we're going to need to process corn and beans into fodder. No. Compost. Can process dried fung into fertilizer, which will get more resources as well. That does seem like a good idea, but not right now, you know? Let's just grab material recycling. I want to start going down this way. The only reason so is I will be demolishing some, so we want to get everything back just to not lose our resources. So far, so good. Coming out of the winter, once again, plenty of resources to keep us going. No one dying. That is the main thing. Education policy has been unlocked. You can change policies in the town hall. Okay, let's have a look. Use raw water. No, forbid raw water. Let's go with forbid raw water. We'll need to make sure we have wells, obviously. All right, education. This is awesome. The town will not focus on an education direction. Gaining additional abilities through textbooks. No. Maximum stamina. I'm going to leave that. Farmers will first reap all crops at once, then collect them for storing. Every grain is precious. Farmers will collect the crops for storage as they are reaped. Recycle crop straws. Farmers will collect grain straws and bean straws. That's food, I guess, at some point. Right, that's as far as I'm going to go then on these for now. I'm going to leave it as is. Really good, though, to know that we have quite a lot of policies to sort. We actually have no free hands now either. Let me check in. So... we don't have any textbooks, do we? Warm fire. A book that teaches the secrets of keeping a fire. That's nice. We have that, so we may as well use it then. Where do we get those from? I'm assuming we can either make them or build them. We'll teach them the secrets of making a lovely fire at least. And I've got to be really careful because once the immigrants come in, we're going to be very much left with a process where we need to make sure we've got loads of people working on stuff. This wild vegetable place isn't that good. So I'm tempted to knock that down and move on. Also see if we can get a hunter's hut a little bit further afield. For now, though, I am going to leave that there. I think it's going to be fine. Let's see what these this immigration brings, man. Hopefully something good. Hey, I finally see domestic fuel catching up. That's good. We're there. New tech point acquired as well. We're getting it through little things, which is nice. Come on, immigrants. I see you come in. Hopefully I've got this figured out right. Don't see anyone yet, but we're very much on it. All right, with this tech point, what do we want to do then? Logistics. What do we have here? Transfer station. Ooh, that could be good for these guys. I actually will need some kind of tool production though. What's this? Marketplaces or small marketplaces have a home delivery service which will automatically deliver food, water and fuel to nearby citizens. I like that. Let's grab delivery. Here comes the immigrants. Come on in. Been waiting for you. Got some jobs to do, guys. I do see now, though, that we're going to need some kind of tools. So stone, timber and iron ore, we're going to need the smithy. So let's go ahead and get the smithy over this end in, and we'll have the builders hopefully to come on and help us. Will you take us in? Yes, I will. Except, yes, we're up to 30 population. We are going to need some houses at some point. Gotta find their couples though. We're going to need those tools pretty badly. So let's go ahead and get the remaining houses in. I'm going to keep it going over this way. Let's get 4 more. And we've got plenty of numbers now to turn these back on. I'm going to hit 3. We don't have that. We're going to stay with medicinal powder. We're going to go to 200 on that so they carry on. And then the other guys will get working with this. So I reckon I can turn up some of these places now to get the raw resources going. We'll have a forester kind of coming in, and then we'll hopefully get more farms going. Now this is going to be a bit of a problem, although we have fishing. Do we want to ramp up that side of it, or do we want to push farming? Do kind of want to push farming. I'm going to go for 2 more fields. Let's keep the mixture coming though. Let's go for pumpkins, and let's go for a second chili because we've got them. And for now, again, we'll have just 1 in each farm. 2 citizens are starving. Okay, let's for all the extra people knocking about then, do you want to come and gather some plants? Not too close to the bandits, please. That would be fantastic. Good news is resources carry on growing under all of this. I'm also going to go ahead and get a second hunter's hut, and I'll probably stick it over here. And smithy, we're going to go for wood plus iron makes iron tools. Wow, look how much stuff you can make. This is crazy. Okay, we're going to go iron tools. And we're going to have, let's just say 160 for now. That's fine. We'll see how we get on with that. I might have a second person in there because we are low on tools, and that's going to slow the output of everything. Also go for a second well. All right, bandits will invade your town in 8 years. You can train citizens into soldiers to defeat them. I reckon a tower should be okay. We just need to focus up production at the moment. To be fair, I just realized I probably could have just got a second well with a second person in, so we could probably pause that one. And then the mine, I'm going to get a third one in there. We need the tools massively for these guys. We're going to need to produce those up, so we'll get all of this hopefully catching ourselves up quite well. I hold some concern for the food, but we are going to have a pretty large harvest, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then maybe a second fish hut, but we do need to consider the amount of people we have. Happiness has dipped, so this means work efficiency is a problem. I think it might be just down to things like clothing. Can I recover? That's the main part of this. We'll see, right? We could get a chapel in. That does give happiness. It just requires some stone. Yep, let's go for that. So I need an entry point on these guys. I'm going to officially put houses going down this way. So I'm going to come in there because of the houses here. Let's get that as priority. That will boost our happiness. All right, we have one more point. I'm going to look for something that's going to give us a bit more efficiency here without having to do anything. Logistics workers are more skilled in handling and moving faster. We don't have those yet. What's the baskets? Knitting workshop can make baskets. Carry weight of citizens is plus 50%. Requires reeds. The warehouse is good at some point. Nothing there yet. Let's have a little look. Unlock the butchers and veg processing plant. Veggie salads. Can process various meats into meat chop. Ooh, food processing sounds great. Let's get that in. I mean, there's obviously things that I should consider before this. Tools are coming in, by the way. I've made 18. I just need to catch them up. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Well, the one person in each farm didn't manage to get the crops done in time, so we're definitely going to need to go to 2 in these farms when we can. So I'm going to be going back and forth on a few to try and up these numbers here. I'm going to get one more in the hunter's hut for today, and then we're going to carry on gathering to make it through. Hopefully we can. We'll see. The needs are pretty high. Fish, yeah, you're doing okay on fish, but it's not good enough. We're already down to 51 clothing too, so I'm going to need to consider that one. Now, these 2 are going to help. If we can get the meat into meat chops, that would be pretty good. I do need the tools to come in though, because that's affecting our production rate. However, I am going to put the butcher down there. This needs to be super high priority. Hey, look at this. I see 2 in here. We have the students coming in. So as they get older, will be good for them getting up. So we'll be fine. What do we have here? Select your administrator. Is that for getting to 50? It is for getting to 50 population. Benson, born in poverty and survived from the most difficult period by extremely saving living materials. These things can be used for much longer than they seem. Duration of tools, clothes, and backpacks plus 20. Ooh, that sounds great. Yes, we need that. That should extend our clothing consumption, which is the thing I need to think about next, and hopefully allow the tools to catch up a little bit. So we'll get him in. There is our first one. Reappointment fee after 14 years is 5,000. So we need to look at making money of some kind as well. We've only got the 8 years until the bandit camp as well. So lots to consider. Looks like tool numbers catching up there. We only have 3 citizens now without it, which is fantastic. So I'm hoping to, once we get this up, I'm going to drop this down to 1. Okay, I'm going to drop that down to 1. So we've got the extra labourer coming in to help. That does include, I believe the farmers off season are working. Yes, they go out gathering. So you don't need to unassign these guys. So what I'm going to do for the next day, because during the winter they'll go out gathering to keep us alive, we can carry on. And in terms of wood, we do in fact need a little bit. So let's go ahead and chop these that are nearby, because we're completely out. And finally, a good amount of tools coming in now, so we can chill on that front. I also need to factor in this hunter's hut. God, only just surviving here, which is scary. We are thawing out once more though, and into the 4th year. Oh, if I can get on top of all this, we will be laughing. Just struggle short term, right, to get it up and running, but I reckon we're going to get there. So 41 clothing. This is definitely something we need to fully consider. It's going to be a concern if we don't get on top of that. If we can get up to 60% happiness, we'll get that efficiency back up and we'll be all right. That's probably why it dipped so drastically. We get another tech point. Is there anything that can help us with happiness around here? I reckon this is important. Things like, what's this? A bathhouse. We can't do any of that. Drinks, wineries and tea shops. We definitely can't do that. I do think, though, just getting this food processing in might make the world a difference. It would be nice if we can get this going. I don't have cows, though. Can produce cotton or flax into cotton cloth or linen. And then we're going to need some kind of stuff to keep that going, right? I might, though, stick to quick porter just to get people moving around. Logistics workers plus 20%. That's going to help, right? That plus the roads is quite a big increase. Right, let's have a little look at this butcher. Meat chop. I guess mutton, alpaca, or beef. Buffalo, pork, horse, donkey, chicken. Yep, do it all. Get meat chops. Now, hunger or happiness goes up the same. Does it matter on these? So what's the point in the meat chop? Cured meat. Okay, so if we look to maybe go down the cured meat route, we could potentially, yeah, salt making. Salt works, curing workshop. Salt makers extract salt from water, which is one of the materials of salting meat and bacon. I don't have population to do that. We need a bunch of people to grow up. There's an intricate, like, process in how you can get your city off the ground the best way possible, right? I mean, I'm surviving. That's the main thing. Now, one thing I'm going to do is logistics wise, I'm going to put a storage right in here. And what we're going to do is basically this storage is going to be food. So we're going to allow all food on this one as a close place for these guys to move back and forth on this, right? That, for me, is a great idea. There's also some gatherables that we'll get that are popping up around the place nearby as well. So we'll make sure we grab those. Hopefully it'll make it a little bit quicker to push these into here, right? And then we'll get just a road coming through that bit. This gives us a bit of a grid to work to. What I like is if their jobs aren't functioning, so that butcher's house, they'll go out and be gatherers. So they become laborers even though they don't show on here is what I'm noticing, which is great. Oh, harvest 3 kinds of crops in a year. Nice. Here we go. Get that harvest going, guys. You guys need to be quicker. Let's get one more on that. Let's harvest because we could do with not losing this food this year. Let's get it back up and running. Clothing has completely gone. Wow, there's loads of decorations. Holy moly, look at all this. So we're going to need a tailor quite soon. Let's go this way then with the tailor. And let's prioritize that. We have one builder at the moment. I'm not going to add any more. And it's raining. Let's work on getting clothing up. So each struggle becomes more and more difficult, but in a way that we can control it at least, I hope. So let's, I'm going to untick food off these two. I don't want that to be anything there. We'll get cooked food eventually, but I need you guys just to put it to here so you can harvest quicker because we've only got a couple of months. Let's get it in. This is looking better. I just need the clothing now. We're going to consume it very quick though because we have a problem, and I also need a repairman for this house that's not looking good. Now we can get repairman, so let's go ahead and get one of those as well. Let's focus that as priority though. Tailor more important right now. And I've got plenty of tools, so I'm going to pause the smithy and I'm going to go for another one in the old chili peppers. And we're going to try and harvest more and more food just to get on top. So if we can get on top of everything, look, we can get the work efficiency up and I think we'll be okay. I mean, we're doing okay. Let's get you out of there. Let's get another one on there. Just min-maxing these as much as possible to get the food going. I don't know if the rain is causing problems here, but I see the number going up and down constantly. Well, okay, alcohol. Although drinking can improve one's mood, too much drinking just leads to drunkenness. Last night, a citizen drank too much and fell into the river. Fortunately, he was not injured, but he woke up. He suddenly found a bag of silver coins scattered around him. Pick it up and take away. Investigate it. Let's investigate. They investigated along the river and discovered a bunch of goods floating, some of which had been damaged. Pick up only the ones that can be used. Just silver coins. I mean, we'll take it. There it is. There's the tailor shop. So we can make rough clothes from anything which will allow. I see we're down to 28. So what do we get? Truman, a child, died of starvation. It's going to be funny. I'm going to probably end up in some kind of death spiral, which is hilarious. I do see another immigrant thing over here anyway. Giving me proper banished vibes with all of that. So we'll see how we get on. I see the rough clothes are coming in, so we must have something from them. My initial thoughts are probably one field with 2 people in is better. So I'd be tempted to demolish, probably reduce down the chili peppers because we're not getting anyone in there anyway. So there's no point. And then maybe one other. I don't know. We'll keep the closer ones, right? It's a bit slightly more efficient. See if we can up those numbers. 14 people without clothing still, though. I need to bump that up. We did still. Tools are holding. So as long as we can get past that hurdle, we'll be even better. Can I open this up for one more to smash it out? I'm going to do that. Let's go. And the repairman, we're going to need someone in there as well to get all of these houses that are crumbling. Look, they're living in an empty house, might I add. Hopefully he gets them repaired up and we'll be good. And there we go. I see the clothing number on the side. Yes, we did it. Just going to keep a close eye. Let's go down to that there. And farm-wise, I think just during harvest, maybe? That house is completely donezo. We'll go for a rebuild there. We survived without any more deaths so far, which is good. So I'm going to keep a close eye. Okay, over on the right-hand side, this is probably where it's going to be really important for us to focus things in, right? This is all the deep kind of stuff. Now, collection, this is what we want. I need to probably get my hands on some kind of animal eventually, so I can have domesticated farming. Then we can have pastures over this way. Now, we don't have any yet, do we? You have 0 kinds of animal. Yeah, we can get an orchard, so the best we can do is kind of more things like fishing, stuff like that. Or we come in with our 1 point here and we check out what we can do. So if we go processing, what's the barbecue? Unlocks the barbecue house. Can process meat into barbecue meat. We don't have steel, bricks, or timber, so we can't do any of that. Salt works, though, does sound like a sensible thing to do. So we need the meat chops. We need building materials, plank, and clay. There's the cut stone. That will help with the reduction. Let's go for cut stone. I'm going to get a couple more houses in as we continue to try and push this up. Clothing and tools, I see the numbers are okay. How are we looking here? Maybe the planting and stuff into here is the right call to get our food up. I'm just going to have a quick look at the service side of things to see if there's anything else we can do to make them a little bit happier. I think all we have is the church, right? The other side of it is finding something here. The livability, what's this? Police station, I don't need. House upgrades, I need all of the materials. That's the only problem. So we need to get fully processing before we can go any further. So sand mining is down here. Refining fuel unlocks the fuel factory. So we need coal. This technology may need materials. So it unlocks the senior mine at the open mine. No, sand mine and or clay. So the dredgers harvest, we'd need to go with this one. We don't have the point yet, so I think we do go down that way and try and get working into some kind of process there. And I'm going to flip people to harvest as quick as possible from the other areas when we can. I'm going to start the harvest straight away on the ones that are able. We have the ripeness, which is good across the board, so I'm going to hit these up now. And the extra people, once we have them, I'm going to get them out. We need to keep on top of it, right? Look at this, though. I think, dare I say it, we're going to be more stabilized. Once we have this cut stone, we're going to be good. So we're going to hit this up now with cut stone, and then we'll be able to turn this back on. Heat everyone via a boiler room, I'm hoping, if I've got that right. Remember, we're going to have a major bump in workforce once they grow up. We've got a bit of migration coming in as well, so there's quite a bit of housing that I need to get on top of as well. So I'm going to continue fitting into this circle as far as I can go, which is there. I'm okay with that for now. I'm just going to block these guys in like that. A little slot there, but it doesn't quite reach the marketplace, so I might see if something else can go in there. And lovely new tech point acquired as well. So I do need the sand mining, like I say. We're going to have quite a bit coming in. Is that the right play? We've got 6 years where we need to consider maybe a barracks. Construction techniques. I think we go stick with the plan. Let's go sand mining. So a sand pit is going to have to be out in the water. I'm going to hopefully put it close enough to the fishing that I don't have to go too far. Let's go there. Here comes the migrants. I am going to have to take these guys in. Hopefully we can get a second builder in, back in. Let's see. So let's go for 1 in. We'll go for 2 back in the builder's cabin. We are going to accept these 11, which is a big deal. There's going to be a lot here, so we're going to need huge gather of plants. I'm not going to let them do much else until they've caught up on maybe that front. What's that? No settlers died from the plague during an outbreak. Oh, check me out. Didn't even know we had an outbreak of plague. Oh, they've got it. Oh, no. They came with the plague. Of course they did. Of course they did. Well, the good news is we are officially going to be able to have a couple of people doing each thing. So quite happy with that, with these numbers now. I can keep these going. So I should be able to have 2 in each farm and also get the hunter's huts up. That leaves us with 6. Is that still good? I think that's okay, isn't it? I may even be able to turn the researcher back on now. So let's start ticking up some research at least. There is so much you can actually make in this game too. We did kind of, I think, survive. A group of wild geese made their homes by the field, not only pecking at the seedlings in the field, but also attacking passers-by in groups from time to time. Tame this group of geese. After some struggle, the farmers drove the geese into the enclosure, and after a few feedings, they finally managed to do it. Right, I need a enclosure, don't I? So we have one kind of animal. We have geese. We have geese. So this should really go over this way because there is a buff spot for it. Effective area 100%, which is huge. So let's go ahead and get the animal husbandry on the go. Cemetery can go this way. Let's go with like a 12 by... What's the smallest we can make it? Because it's quite expensive. It's a little 8 by 8 for now. Our happiness is the lowest it's ever been, a good 27%, which is actually more food consumption. Holy crap. What would you like me to do? I mean, once this boiler's room's in, it should help a little bit. There's just illness. I'm hoping we'll be good off the back of these farms, though. And the geese. I mean, all of this could help, right? Oh, I do have some homeless too, which does not help. Let's stuff some houses along this way. I'm wondering if we bridge, there's lots of natural resources we can go and get as well. How much does it cost? So I'm going to set a bridge right there, and we are going to go ahead and collect some of these resources. There's a bit of mining we can do. All of these are going to be good, right? If we can get that overlook, there is an animal cub that we can get there as well. That's probably an important thing to get. It looks like our sand pit is good, but I'm not going to populate it yet. I mean, we will choose clay, but we will need the kiln from the pottery workshop as well. So we're not quite ready for it yet. And there we go. Another tech point acquired. So I'm looking for some real basic passives I can get that are going to make things a little bit better. But a couple of people grow up, which is fantastic. So that's going to help. Refined fuel factory. That does introduce some kind of illness though. Now sawmill is definitely something we need. We've got 5 years until the attack. So what do we do? What's reed? Unlocks the reed field, which requires clay. That could be used for something. I'm thinking compost. Yeah, I feel like a lot is stuck behind the sawmill. So let's activate that. Don't know whether, I think water sawmill is going to be more efficient. So it kind of makes sense to get it out on the water if we can. Let's go there. And then I can extend this road to meet my bridge, which is good. All right, traveling merchant is here. We could sell reeds to them. I'm going to hold on. I don't need anything yet. I think trade post might be something that can also help. So should we look towards maybe doing that? Where is it? Traders will transport selected items to the caravan in trade post. Caravans can be dispatched to trade with factions periodically. Yeah, this is sensible. So let's go ahead and get that in as well. At least we can trade in food then, I feel. And look at the difference in this with 2 people on. That was fantastic. So a nice, much better yield, or like getting them out a bit quicker, which is good. And we got one more. Hopefully this winter will be glorious to get going on this one. I think I've realized what it's doing, by the way. I don't see food in here, but if we click the houselet, the food disappears, but the houses actually have the food in. So that isn't the amount there. So I just need to chill a little bit with. We're okay. Ah, here's the faction tab too. So if we trade with them, you can get certain levels as well. Oh, it's a cold and wintry night. I'm making it work, man. 37 population, adults, sorry. It's not. The total is 76. So we're doing, I'd say I'm doing okay. I bet some of you are screaming on little bits that I should have done. But I reckon, I mean, we're surviving. It looks pretty too. So well, let's just double check water. So I think, yeah, we still have enough. So we're definitely surviving. The main one is still, to this day, is more food. So it is just the processing of food I feel like is quite important. Oh, look, we've almost got another point. I would love to get some of these. I feel like compost is probably good. Yeah, it gives a 50% production buff. So I'd like to activate that when I can. And I've noticed you have a proficiency level for each section too, which you get different buffs in here, which is interesting. So if you say you wanted to become a farming community, okay. So if we agriculture, field yield, hey, that's cool. Now I'm going to open up second hunter spots. So when we get more people in, what is this? Wild beast invading. Command your army to drive them away. Holy crap, what is that? I need an arrow tower or something. Let's get one over here and one over here. I don't know how this is going to go. So we're going to defend with arrow towers because apparently there's a wild beast on the way. Prioritize that, please. Otherwise we are well and done for. Look at this. This gives the boiler room. This is really, really good. The firewood spreads over a massive area with this. Hopefully we can get the happiness up, man. It is going to be a problem though. No repairman assigned? Possibly. Right, let's get the geese in. Oh, apparently I have alpacas too. Since when? See, because they give alpaca wool as well, I'm going to go for them. Start slaughter. Max capacity 11. What a silly noise. Cool, so we can get another one then. So we should have a better placement of meat. Now, what I'm thinking is we should probably move the processing of the meat and kitchen to this area. I also have one more point. So let me see. So clay is good. Let's go for building master construction techniques. Is the tower done yet, guys? Come on. I need the iron in. We're screwed, I think. We're about to get attacked by something and we're not ready for it. Well, we're well into the swings of things. People are growing up. What are we on now? We're on 78 population. It's not bad. I really want to see how much we get from this. Such a weird noise. How do I feed them? Do they live off the land, potentially? Beasts are intruding. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared. Where? From where? Where are the beasts? I know you can capture those and breed them too. Oh, I see it. Oh my god, we have a fierce tiger. How do we... Can we attack with people? I don't have any soldiers. I wonder if they fight back. Let's see. He's an absolute beast of a tiger. Look at the size of him. Eat the llamas instead. Look, they're juicy. They're juicy over here. Can you, like, set an attack on this? Tower's not going to be in time, unfortunately. Hopefully it just destroys the stone pit and disappears or something. Now, at least these towers will be ready for the next one, right? Yeah, it's just outright destroyed the stone pit. So we're going to have to rebuild that. Yeah, there's no way, as far as I know, no way to draft. All right, Tiger's leaving. We're okay. Oh, he destroyed a couple of buildings. You just disappear. Go and, like, fight the bandit camp or something. Good news. Cool. So what we need then is the priority to go back into the quarry now. Which, by the way, I don't have any wood. I am... I mean, probably should be playing on easier difficulties for the first time. I'm just proud that I'm surviving this much so far, so whatever, I'm happy still. Right, that is back in. The towers are almost done. I had a good boom of people grow up, so I've assigned them. We got an extra farm, which isn't going to make us anything this year, but we'll be fine. I'm going to boost food going forward and see if we can make that work. Right, well, I have managed to get back up and running since the old tiger has munched on us a bit. So we've got all these two rebuilt. We're all good. I've switched people out of the farms for the winter to go and do stone just to try and catch that up. We have one tower ready. I need this second tower done, which just needs a bit of stone. And I'm going to try and get this happiness back up. Then we're all good. If we can get up to 60%, we'll be okay. So I've put someone back in the church that died. I see some immigration coming in as well. So I'm hoping to get onto salting. I've started collecting the clay, which is good. So we're going to get a bit of a surplus of that. We'll be able to get the planks on this one at some point, and then from that we've got a point to grab salt making. So we're going to hit that one, which is arguably really important. So the salt works is there. Is that the only one? I think that is the main one. And then the curing workshop. So these two are what we want. So for this guy, I'm tempted to stick it if I can get it. It's annoying. There we go. I can get it on there. And what we'll do with this one is kind of just bring it around. The game is definitely more difficult than I thought. But I'll put a little storage spot on here as well. So what we can do is just find salt and tick that one. So they don't have to walk too far once we get that in as well. We just need the numbers, obviously. But yeah, 54%. This is good. I've got them back down to one in each farm. I'm going to have to obviously reduce like stoneworks down and go back up on these. So a big one. Let's get pumpkin in. I've took the worker out of here as well. So I see the multiplying still occurs from these without the herdsman. And we're not going to be slaughtering until 11 anyway. So it makes sense to not have someone working in there. From what I can see, Forester's Hut I'm going to reduce down as well. So we're manually cutting anyway with the spare labourers. So just min-maxing my thingies here. And I'm going to prioritise now, unpause the big well and prioritise the second tower. No, we don't need to prioritise the tower actually. I don't like that 55% gives you minus 10% work efficiency though. I would like that to be at 50% because at least we're off the food consumption one right now, right? That's the main thing. But yeah, I don't know. We've got the people coming in. So what we essentially want to do is go a little bit further. But I've tried really hard to sort this out. I'm going to get a second pasture in this one. Let's go with an 11 by 11. And this one is going to be for the geese that we found as well. Hopefully get some multiplying on that. Certainly a game with a good amount of depth, though. I can see owning in and mastering this would be really good. I imagine the hardest difficulty is actually insane, though, on this. I can only imagine. I'm going to have to put someone back in the herbalist hut at some point as well. I did basically just slow it down. But we had a little bit of message consumption. It's more the herbs, to be honest, so we can allow that to just go without the medicine there. So that was a lesson learned, but everything else is okay. And a bunch of houses ready for the immigration that is going to come at some point. We just need that stone. So maybe one more person back in there if we've got it, and we don't. The reason I'm forcing the second well as priority, I did hover over the drink and our consumption is higher than production currently. All right, let's go. I can see the guys are here. This is good because I'm going to set up a massive gather to get these guys in and hopefully... Well, we don't have the stone, so I do need that bridge done, which would be awesome. Now, we're going to have a lot of problems. There's a little bit of illness there, unfortunately, but that's okay. So let's unpause that one as well and work on getting a bunch of stone in. So let's maybe put this up as much as I can. So we're going to go as many people in the stone pit as we can because we are held up on that. And then in terms of the farms, we're going to want, obviously... more workers, and I feel like we could potentially get more in later on those as well. But yeah, I think once we have what we need food wise, we'll be good. So let's maybe get another fish person in, and then the rest just needs building. So I really need to prioritize the water mill. This is still not done. Let's get that done first. We're almost there for another tech point as well. I don't know where I'm going to go after that though. Right, we're going to get the goose in there. But we're also going to take that person out so the goose can just kind of do its thing. We have 8 though, it does say. So hopefully they'll go up a little bit more. I don't know what the feathers are used for. Can be made into clothing at the advanced tailor. So that'll be quite handy as well. Look, as quick as the food comes in, we run out from like raw veg as well. So yeah, definitely getting onto that. There's just a lot of building that needs doing. I can't let them drop below that certain amount, but at the same time, we're only 3 years away from the attack, so I've got to be ready for that as well. I have got a third person in fishing. I don't know how well that's going to go. The travel time is quite far, so as long as I'm surviving, I'll keep saying it, we're going to be okay. And each year, I mean, no clothing issues, no tool issues. As it stands currently, they're surviving and not dying from hunger, so that's the main thing. It's just affecting happiness, which is slowly creeping up. I've just got to keep it going. The only other side is the happiness. You see this, so less than 60%, we get a plus 10% stamina consumption, so it does help. Like, the better you're doing, the easier the game gets as well. That's why it's so punishing to get out of a certain position. And there is the plank maker as well, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to continue with a big gather anywhere that's close by. The only downside to cutting down all the trees nearby is you don't end up getting forageable goods if you cut too many of them down. So I'm trying to keep certain areas as woodland. But yeah, this is a big thing once that's gone. And once this bridge is done, I can go and just gather all this stone and then we can just fly through. Although we do see it coming in quite well now, so I might even be able to free up maybe one more out of there just to keep a few more people carrying. Let's go to one in here and we are going to do plank. Oh, you can do domestic fuel in here. Hey, that's interesting. But now though, we're just going to slowly build up some planks. That is good to know, but we need those planks for this here, look, for our salt works. And then there's one piece of the puzzle we need after that, and that is obviously the curing workshop, which costs a fair bit. I can't lie. Now, curing, I kind of want over this way because it's close enough to the cutting and the salt will still need some travel. So we'll need some kind of like logistics. So we'll probably need like a... Is there a trading logistics? There's got to be one in here, right? Yeah, like a supply terminal. What does that do? Workers will store designated items in the structure from storing type buildings. Any citizen can take. Yeah, so we can have like a supply terminal. Second tower is in, so that's fantastic. We've got those two at least. I don't have any soldiers or anything ready though, so I just need to make sure our houses are getting done. Now, I've got a good amount of iron coming in, so we should be able to get also the building materials for the curing workshop as well. But I'm going to pause that because I want the resources to go into the houses right now. That's really important. They're coming in quite well, so hopefully we'll have that in before long. And once again, going to have to harvest through the winter. That is absolutely fine. I do love a city builder that is difficult. It adds perspective to how simple some actually are to keep on top. Whereas, like, I'm sure there's a method to it and it's really easy once you figure out the method, but it's nice having to try and figure it out, if that makes sense. There we go. I have one more homeless. Come on. Last one. Let's get that sorted. This thing's a huge help, by the way, the boiler room. It's incredible. The consumption is way better on this as well. So really like that. I'm enjoying seeing this iron tick up as well. So I'm just going to take one more out of there. Again, min-maxing as much as possible. And I see some planks slowly ticking into the salt works as well, which makes me really happy. So now that's being built, I can unpause this one. And it's amazing to see a number during the start of the winter even exist, to be honest. But yeah, if we go in, look, we can see we do produce more than we consume on a lot of the products, which is great. But we've just got to make sure it's good enough. This is going to be huge when these guys come in, though. One citizen is thirsty. So we need this to obviously go in. I might try and get a surplus of this in. So let's get a second one in that well also. I might be in a position to have the herbalist hut kick in again. That is helping too, so we're going to hit that one in. The only guys that are freezing is when they leave the radius of the old boiler room, by the way, guys. It does go back down when they come home. Now, I don't know whether I should prepare a little bit more for the first attack, so I probably should consider even more. Now, there is the need for probably some kind of defense. What I want to do is be able to defend my angles, and this spot right here is actually perfect. I'm just assuming that they're going to come from this bandit camp, so if we reinforce this front bit with 2 towers, we might be okay. I have no idea how powerful this first one's going to be, guys. Let's get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of this gatherer's hut, and what I'm going to do is place it in the middle of these, so we'll have a steady amount from that, and I'll probably get some more in as well, so it saves me having to do even more. Bridges in. Oh, gather those rocks, guys. Boom. That is huge. And we're going to be able to gather plants. Now, I'm not going to chop down the trees in here. I'm going to focus this solely on gathering for sure. I'm also maybe going to get hunter's huts in. I wonder how much food we can get from that. So I'm thinking somewhere over here, look, if we get a hunter's hut out this way. And there are research things. I've got points. Now, I think I'm okay with where I'm at. I've just got to work it up at 54%. So it is going up. I just think there's one, what was it, pottery, was that needed? That just does into porcelain, actually. What's travel light? That's just trade then, so we don't want to go that way. There is so many things to consider. I'm thinking about this marquee. Yeah, I'm going to activate the marquee, and what I'm going to do with that one is put it over here for, like, the hunter-gatherers that we're going to stick out this way. I don't know if that's the right play, but I'm going to give it a go. I could technically put a marquee over this way, too. Which would allow these guys to not have to keep walking in and out. I don't know if that means it gets supplied with goods. So maybe I'll try it for these workers, because we're going to have multiple in there, aren't we? Now we're on 17 geese, so one more little tick and 5 alpacas. We're going to be able to put people into these as well. This is so exciting. And the salt works curing. We just need to obviously focus this up with planks. So I'm going to go for one more in the plank worker there. The current population, if anyone's wondering, 94. So that does mean we're going to have a policy soon. 150 is for the next one. That was quite handy, the clothing and tools, though, for sure. Quite a happy boy with that. I've just noticed that we probably do need some kind of shoes, though. There it is. So we have salted fish is what I'm going to go with. That's going to be our main first one here, because you don't need to cut, as far as I'm aware, the fish. And then we're geared up with the cutting place as well, so... was obviously a mistake I made, but I think we'll be all right. Now that I think about it, actually, I probably should have put the curing workshop over here. That was a bit silly. One thing I will say is we've managed to keep a surplus of food through the winter, so I'm super proud of that. Don't care what anyone says. Super proud. We have 30 planks in. I'm going to make sure that is a priority, and I'm really going to test how well these marquees work. I think it's going to be pretty sensible. Now, clothing is dipping. We have obviously more people in, so I'm going to stick a second person in the tailor to see if we can keep on top of that. Just keeping close. We've got 3 years still until the attack, so hopefully we'll be all right. Oh, let's go for gather rocks around some of these and just go to town on anything. Is that... I mean, that might class as ore, but we'll go for it anyway. And I'm going to use that as like a winter gathering spot, so I'm not going to cut down any trees there. Probably should connect up these roads also. So let's go for that. Nowhere. I mean, we're not so small anymore. We have 22 in here now, so let's also turn on the goats. The slaughter shall commence. I mean, I'm leaving this at default number. I don't know what's good, so we'll have to play around with that as well. I'm sure some of you have played because you're city builder enthusiasts. So any little tips like these, let me know as well, because it's always good to know, right? Done well by ticking up the clay, if I'm honest. I'm quite happy with that. We got 150 in, so I might be able to turn that off at some point. Yeah, this was a bad idea though. I know that it's probably not the best thing to do, but I am gonna move this. Guys, I feel like this should have been put here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a second curing one. Once that's built, we'll move this. I do get most of the resources back, so it's just a kind of labor intensity waste of time. That's the only downside. But one hunter now out here as well. So what we can do is get a gathering hut and hunters and stuff, and they'll use this marquee, I hope. All right, let's see what we start producing from this. Look, we got our first goose meat. So that is something we can salt again. And maybe I can have two then. This one can become the salted meat, actually. We can flip that over. This one can be the fish one. So there isn't a waste on this. I'm going to get that worker out because we still don't have the salt anyway. And then we'll work on this one. We should be all right. Let me check my water because that is still struggling. We're only just above. The amount of water you need is crazy. I feel like we need another one. So I'm going to get another over this way as well. And I get a third well in there. I don't know if they're affected by being close to each other or anything like that as well. Okay, what do we have here? There are people in town who have no warm clothes and worry about winter. If there's anyone who knows how to mend warm clothes and there's rough clothes can last longer, purchase books. Yes, we'll purchase them. That's another thing we can put in at the school then. I don't know. We'll see. There's the marquee going in as well. This is perfect. Right, let's keep the gathering going. As it's green, I assume that means we're okay, even though it says a 0. There it is. The salt works is in. So we're going to hammer out as much of those as we can. I know it's paused, but hopefully we'll get ourselves a nice surplus of those coming in. I'm just going to figure out where the salt sits. There it is. No, that's sugar. There's salt. Cool. So we'll keep an eye on that. As this population is still increasing, we're going to need further support on the old housing. So I'm going to go for a couple more. Now, there isn't too many spots we can get them in. So I'm going to try and hopefully squeeze them around. And I reckon this is going to have a positive impact on movement. So I feel like it's a sensible choice. And I'll just get some kind of blocks going. And we managed to get back up to 60% here. So if we can get up one more percent, we get no stamina lost there as well. I think for now, I'll turn back on the meat curer just so we can start something on this one. It is tempting to turn on the butcher. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have this one using the salted meat. Although it's a reduction. Hold on. That's 20 for 20, so maybe we have to go with fish. Yeah, you get a reduction in meat. We don't want that. There we go. Health is up now, so stamina consumption is less. That's awesome. Just need this one to get up, really. It's quite a big jump anyway, so as long as we don't dip between 40, below 40, which is getting close. Harvest is coming in, though, so there will be a good feed. I have noticed that the field for oats is considerably longer to harvest. The same with peas, so trying to get this going is probably sensible to maybe have a third person in there, but they are harvesting it. It just doesn't necessarily go as quick as these guys. So the peppers are the fastest for sure. And there's our new curing workshop coming in as well. So we've got now, hopefully, the chain of events here. I think it might just be that the cured fish is more filling. So if that's the case, I can go up to 4 people in the fisher and kind of go that route. But now this is in, look, I'm going to make sure salted fish is what we do. So we're going to try and get as much output on this as possible. Now, where are they storing the fish? It might be sensible to also have it on that one. I mean, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try fish over here on this little one here. And so hopefully salt and fish will be on this one. They can collect from here, and then proper fish will get moved onto this one or this one here. So a little bit closer, hopefully. I can see that they've put in salt on this one anyway, which is weird considering it's ticked on this one. But let's change. Although, yeah, we want that to keep going. So we probably want to turn off that over here as well. And I'll slowly turn off each one as they come in, as I build up a supply chain for them. All right, there's salted fish. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. So I see hunger and happiness goes up for salted fish. Maybe that is why we would do it. Yeah, you get a happiness boost. So we might be able to push that up based on it. Let's see. Let's see if we end up with some salty boys here. Right, 2 years until we get attacked too. So we've got 3 towers. I still don't know if I'm comfortable with that being good. I could potentially wall off this front bit, but I don't have the capacity to build that out yet. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm going to go 2 in salter, 4 in fish. Let's see how we get on. Now, we are going to need a second tailor as well, which is definitely a problem. We are getting low on stuff. Let's put one out this way. I'm going to get a second one going. Hopefully we can start producing. I see the number dipping. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. We hit over 100 pop as well. Quite happy with that. There's been bursts, there's been deaths. It keeps happening. But we're okay. I see health numbers looking good. I just still got to get this happiness up. I'm pretty sure the cured fish is going to solve a little bit of problems. I don't see any coming in yet. So there's lack of raw materials. So that's why I pumped up these 2. We only produced 52 salt last year. We need more fish, essentially. We're also going to need to get the herdsman in on this one as well. So I'm going to need to get the alpaca sorted. I'm just waiting till the winter's over because that's going to bring in more wool and dried dung for the firewood purposes, because we have enough. It's fine. We just need to make sure that we're potentially getting a second one of those eventually, which is going to be a problem. Let's turn off the butcher. I don't know why that's still in. Also, stone tools. I mean, we only have 1 in the smithy. We have 157 iron tools right now. So I wonder if I reduce this down to 120 as an example, he should stop and go and do other things. That's pretty much what they do, right? So when the output limit is reached, they'll go off and do gathering, stuff like that. Now I see both tents unoccupied, so I guess I don't know what happens with these. Is it maybe they have to be in place first for new people, so I guess we'll assign them. Can you assign a person to a house? Oh, you... Okay, once they're in a house, you can't change it, I think. I wonder if you can migrate them out. So you can kind of check the workplaces, can't you, and see how far they have to travel. Now, it's worth looking at maybe something like soap as our next thing. So once food's sorted, I imagine getting something like that in is a great idea. So, like, where would that be? Livability. What's bathhouse? Soap workshop. Curing speed of measles will be greatly increased as well. The bathhouse allows them to increase health, so that's going to increase happiness. But we need bedding set and brick. Bedding shop would need to come in from the feathers. Where is the bedding shop? Advanced tailor comes in from there though. Production materials makes leather, feathers, cotton and flax. We did unlock flax, but I don't want to mine it yet. Maybe we still consider compost. I don't know. It's tricky because we do need these. I might see if we go down that way then, because the textile mill's there. That's where we get linen. But that says, yeah. And then we should be able to get that in, right? The bathhouse. They'll say, so we need the linen to get that in, and then you'd need the bedding place afterwards. Where is that? You know what? I'm going to activate the bathhouse, and hopefully it'll tell us what we need, because I see it might be that we can use the fat straight away from this to make something. I don't know whether, like, the bathhouse might need these and the soap workshop might need these. I don't know. So I'll unlock it and see. And I am going to turn on now the alpaca. You see we're at 11, which is our maximum capacity here. So hopefully that kicks in as well. Right, where do we produce shoes from? That's also another thing. I do also see this veg processing plant. Don't know whether that would help. Let's go textiles though. Does the tailor allow us some kind of other recipe? I only see rough clothes and backpacks. So there is no shoes. We need a shoemaker of some kind. Yeah, we got people spare. I'm going to turn back on the researcher now, and maybe, yeah, clothing ticking back up. No salted fish produced yet, so I'm going to need to push more fishing. Maybe we do that as well. Yeah, let's get another fishing hut. There is a buff acquired from this spot as well, so we can go back to back by each other. I am going to fill out the road. And obviously, we're going to go to town gathering plants now that we've got that back up. So let's go all the way over here. Let's keep that buffering until we can get those salted goodies. I still see none of this happening yet. Why hasn't this come in yet? Are people eating the fish before we have a chance? Maybe. Output's pretty big, but it's just, yeah, it's disappearing too quick. Production beats consumption, but we really need to get away from that. So I haven't seen a single salted fish come in yet. Hopefully this second one will help then. I'm going to get a third person in the salt works to try and counter that one. And honestly, the rest is okay. We'll keep gathering. population has boomed again. We're 106, so some people growing up, which is making it really, really helpful. Now, I'm wondering if this is great as well. Look at this. So what we want is to probably get another pasture. And then what we'll do from these, so the yield's going to be big because of where it is, right? We're going to then migrate 1 or 2 into a new one. You can only put 1 on the good spots. So I probably want to come this way then. I'm going to stick with probably this size and then just have maybe... Yeah, let's go 1 more there. I don't know if it's better to have... Can you go up? No, the maximum for that size is 11. So per square meter maybe is the amount you can have in. So actually, let's cancel that one. Let's make a large one and we'll slowly get that ready for later. So if we go like 18 by 18 pasture here, we'll get that one. But that's a lot of wood. So we will need a hell of a lot felling, which is okay. I'll work on it. And then, yeah, we'll move into processing that for sure. As we're not building, I'm going to reduce the numbers of stone and iron by 1, and we're going to push into the extra positions here. So hopefully we're going to have some fish coming in. This has got to be enough now. I'm going to open a spot on this standard field here, and we're going to produce this. So what I might do is try and transition into slightly bigger fields, less of, so like make the pepper one giant field. I feel like one large field with multiple people working it is going to be more efficient, if I'm honest. It just makes sense to me, and it's easier to manage rather than having to tick up on each. So I'm going to try and just make sure we get that, though, at least coming in. I'm also going to go ahead and get a couple of foresters' huts. So we're going to keep it relatively okay. That one's in a bit of a rubbish position. So I'm going to come maybe over this way to do both planting and thingy as well. Just looking around the map, this hunting spot here next to the fertile soil has animal cubs, and I feel like we could probably get cows from that if I get a hunting cabin this end. I wonder if that's sensible, like a hunter's cabin over here, and then they like push out to grab this. I don't know. We'll see. There's another migration coming in. We've got to be covering this because I don't have the spaces. We could technically say no, but I do kind of have the house space. But they would end up having to move into the tents. So maybe if I can build more houses, we'll be okay. The only thing I need to consider is one of these. So I'm going to need another boilerman. So let's get a boiler room up this end. This will actually help anyway with this whole zone. So if I go like there, I can then assume houses along this one. And I'm going to go for 3. Let's cancel that one. And then that's still within our marketplace and within that new boiler. I can get a couple over this way as well. I don't want to go too far. I've got to make sure my roads fit. So if we come, let's connect these. And then maybe I can start houses along this front bit as well. I'm going to get 2 more there. That's good. That's still a lot of building to do. So we'll make sure we get those in. We do have that point as well. So let's go into the... Where is it? Science? No, livability, bathhouse. So this is where we can then have a look at what we require. So soap workshop is something we can build. There you go. Increases citizens' health. So soap workshop with animal fats. I mean, where do we want to stick this? I feel like we've got a lot of houses coming over there. So I would be in favor of going here. I think that works just fine. It's still within the heating range as well. So if I could get working on soap, I'll be a happy, happy boy. All right, I'm going to have a look because I see there was some fish in. To be fair, I can see it there just by clicking. I do want to see this production coming in. There we go. We have some salted fish. Very, very nice. It is being processed right now. It took a little time, but it is now in. So I'm hoping that is going to kick in quite nice for us here. I think there's quite a lot of immigrants that are arriving, so I've got to be really careful. But I do kind of want them. I might say this is my last lot that I'm going to take in, just purely so I can catch up. So we're going to hit gather plants in a big amount. Oh my god, look at the size of that bear. What? A wild brown bear not far from the town appears and is destroying the trees around it, scaring the nearby wild animals. Capture it. Definitely going to capture it. Some citizens were sent to capture the bear and a large amount of animal fat were obtained. However, due to the bear's struggle, some citizens ended up as sacrifices. That's okay because we got those in. So that means we... Oh no, we have naught kind of thingy. I was thinking we could get this beast ranch in, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and change something here too. So we're going to come in, demolish this field, and I am going to build a bigger one. So we're going to go, it says fields too large. Is 15 by 15 the max? I think it is. So we're going to go 15 by 15 here. And I'm going to stick a few people in that one. Maybe 2 of those. I want to try something different and see if we can move into the bigger fields. So 15 by 15 and 15 by 9. And I'm also going to go this way with a 15 by 15. So we'll have 3. And that one, because we had the ground ready there, we're good. So that can put 7 farmers in there. We're going to choose pumpkins in that one. And once the other 2 are built, we'll put something else in. I'm going to move from the oats. We're going to go beans and peppers. I've decided I am going to go knitting into leatherware as well, because I have a feeling, yeah, there, look, can produce leather shoes and then fishnets. I feel like this is going to be good either way. Oh, what's this? A gigantic alpaca has run into your city. It seems to be in shock and was running around, injuring several people. How are we going to deal with it? Oh, we're obviously going to try and capture a giant alpaca. Fiercely resisted and ran away after injuring several people. Lovely. I didn't even see what that achievement was. So, giant alpaca. Tempted to keep this kind of going, actually. I think, field-wise, it's a bit blocked there. This might be a good spot for a field as well. But I feel like if we're going to do one, we could do some longer ones here. I'm tempted just to go in here, though. I mean, 15 by 10. I'll go... What I'll do is bring it from this corner. And I'll go 15 by 10 in there as well. It looks like our giant pasture is done as well. So I am going to transfer. It's going to be alpacas, I think, because we want more wool. These do produce a little bit, but definitely better with the alpacas, I think. So if I transfer half maybe over, we can get that one kind of producing. So a couple of years time, we'll have loads from that as well. And just, we're 119 on the old pop as well. I am going to be flipping into the towers very, very soon. And hoping and praying that it's going to be enough. I've obviously got a lot of building to do. They did move into this tent though, which is nice. So we've got these guys working and labouring from here. They are in fact staying in the tent to do that work. So that's pretty handy. I need this to be prioritised, please, guys. I need you to get the farms done. Right, here we go. We are going to stick alpacas in there. And we are going to transfer to number 3. I definitely don't need you guys working in it though, thank you. I'll probably just leave 1 in there for now. We just need that. Can I transfer more? Yes, I can. Right, how many we got? We got 6 in that one, 6 in this one. I have 1 worker in each. I can obviously turn the worker number up eventually anyway, so we'll go with that. These 2 front towers I'm going to allow to get up to 2 workers per tower. Don't even know if I have anything. It does say there is an attack regardless, so I wonder what happens when I put them in. It is almost here though, so I'll probably stick them in now, hoping that we can... Well, I have no idea. Like, it does say a monthly salary. I don't see anything in there, so I don't know. What I'll do with this one over here is put that as flax. There's only 1 farmer in it for now. I'm going to turn that off, but we'll have it ready. Oh, here comes the attack. I imagine when we get soldiers too, we'll be able to come and deal with this one. I see attack and defense pretty high though. Spear bandits. I mean, towers versus spears, we should win. I could be completely wrong. We have the fullback of this one. I've got no one in there yet, but I might get 1 in there as a fullback. We obviously are going to lose silver whilst they're in, so they need to go in as the last thing, but let's show them as ready and good to fight, so we shall see. I don't know if they can come via this either, so like I'd be tempted to wall in past this point that's unusable. But I'm hoping they come around this rock and turn this way straight into the towers. They look to be doing that, which is great. Let's go. Alrighty, here they come. Everyone in. Please don't attack my people. Tower. They have arrows. Yes, we're good. You have HP. Hey, 1's dead. We're good. Okay, nice. Right, I don't need this tower then. I feel like I'm going to make it. This is so good. Right, let's get you guys out. This is a nice amount of spare workers, which is fantastic. And we might just need extra fisheries constantly. Does this still get the buff? I think we've got 1 over there we can utilize. So it's a pretty good spot if we go in there as well. So I think we'll do that. It seems to be okay from there. So I'm going to get yet another fishery in that little bit as well. It's a bit of a path there. Almost there for another tech point as well. Welcomed by quite a bit, to be honest. And I have noticed we're on 71% livability proficiency. So we're going to get the 10% max vitality when this hits too, which I think is health. Soap works. I mean, I've just realized we need bricks. So where's the processing of that as well? I need so many things. Construction, that is going to be Okay, calcining kiln. Calcining kiln? We're going to need this one. So just need that 1 point. We're almost there. I probably am going to wait. And we'll get this kiln in. There it is. I know I keep changing my mind on what we need, but actually it turns out I need bricks anyway. So this is good to go next to this area once again. So we'll go in there. We get attacked again in 7 years. I think these 2 towers are going to hold just fine for that as well. And let's see what yield we're getting as well. 10 alpacas now in that field, which is nice. I'm not going to start the slaughter, as I say, until then. You know what? Processing wise, we had that shop, didn't we? Veg processing plan. I also should probably try this out. So let's stick one of these in also. I know there's still a lot to build anyway, but we're waiting on the resources, so it's fine. I wonder if that requires... No, that's normal stone. We need to turn cut stone back on. So let's get someone slowly doing that as well. What does that require? This kiln factory requires sand, so actually we're going to need to process sand whilst we get... and then flip it back to clay just to build this, so that's fine. We'll min-max that. Let's also maximize fishing once again, because we want to be salting up as much as possible. We want this production to shoot up. Look at this workforce now, 82. We got a wild beast that is going to invade. You know what I'm going to do in preparation for that? I'm also going to go ahead and get in some more towers. So it attacked from over here last time. Realistically, I'm going to stick one there, and I'm going to stick one there. So we're going to have a bit of cover from towers. I can demolish and move these around later when we get onto a wall. But as it stands, we just don't have the wood. So I think more of that. I just need to keep manually felling the trees where possible. Look at that food now. Yes! Salad thing came in. So you get, look at the happiness boost. It doesn't really... Ah, okay. It doubles hunger as well. So you may as well do it. So what I'm going to do then is say... You can do the veggie salads from any vegetable that you do, and it's going to be quite important that you do that, because if we can get this up off the back of it, it's quite a considerable health boost. All right, I'm going to get a water sawmill, and I'm going to try and squeeze it in. So a water sawmill, this end is going to be exclusively for firewood, and I'm going to stick it right on this bit. This one says we're good on planks, so let's switch that to domestic fuel. And let's see if we can do... Did I hit that? So domestic fuel, we want that to keep producing. Because we don't need the planks right now. We have a surplus in them, so we're okay. Whoa, look at the size of this tree. Wow. This area of land is unusually fertile, and perhaps that is why an unusual tree is grown on this spot. It seems that the surrounding trees are affected by its growth. Will you cut down the unusual tree or transplant it? Transplant it costs 10 tools, but we're going to do that. Since this tree was transplanted to another location, the fertile soil was preserved. Seems like the trees in the settlement are growing more rapidly. Ah, it's the one I did before. So regeneration time for trees is reduced by 10% and will last 3 years. Very nice. There's our other boiler house. A little bit late, but that's okay. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to demolish this chopping house now, because I've moved that to this one, and we can actually get a third person in there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This one's going to be planks when we can as well. Not quite yet, though. And I've just noticed a double fishing spot there, too. That's pretty awesome. Now we're looking at alpacas. We got 18 in there. So let's start adding in some workers as well. And yeah, I think it's safe to say larger farms with more farmers on seem to work out a little bit better. So I'm pretty happy with that. March is already here, so I don't know. I'm going to attempt to get 2 farmers on this field just to get a little bit of flax going. Let's see. There we have it, though. We can officially make some bricks, although we need refined fuel. Of course we do. I don't have refined fuel unlocked. That's right here. Fuel factory. I mean, it's probably sensible to get it. So we'll make sure we hit that too. Right, here come the deadly animals. I'm going to turn maybe a couple of towers on. Right, beasts are invading. Where are you coming from? Okay, it's coming at this one. Perfect. What is it? A tiger again. Wow, they have 500 attack. I don't know how this is going to go. It will flee when it drops below 35%. Beasts drop meat chops and other materials upon death with a chance to obtain animal cubs. Man, if we get some tiger animal cubs, that would be nice. Right, let's go. Start popping at him. HP's going down pretty well. Is this enough? That's it. You stand there. 35% we need to get down to. It's going to kill this, though. We might get it before. No, it's going to take this one building down, I think. That's okay. We're at least going to put it to sleep. It's running away. We're not going to be able to finish it, unfortunately, but that's fine. So you can flee, and we can free up these because we're going to lose the coin. Good effort, though. I'm happy with that defense. Keeps him away. 12 years in, by the way, guys. I'm happy. I have done myself proud so far. Need to also consider, so is there a way you can like expand this? Expansion, 100 bricks. That's something we can consider. The other side would be obviously tents, but I really want to get in as many houses as I can fit within this range. So hopefully that covers us there. And I'm going to actually change this road to fit this. Oh, there are people in town who have no warm clothes. I mean, purchase the books again. It keeps them happy. I think I'm going to stick to domestic fuel in 2 of these for now. And then when we need the planks, we'll flip back over. I'm just looking through like materials and what we've got. There's quite a bit that we need to do, isn't there? I just need to wait for... I actually need a couple of points now. Yeah, look at this yield. We have much more food than we're using now. This is incredible. So, as you can see, we're at 21 alpacas now. All of this is good alpaca wool. So I am going to start filling this up when we can. This one worker seems to do pretty well in there. The other side is to push a large geese farm. There's the new tech point, though. So we needed the refined fuel. Let's go ahead and hit that. So, fuel factory can process timber or coal into refined fuel. I'm going to put this... I'm actually going to demolish this road. And we are going to stick it in there. So, one fuel factory is going to go on that corner. And then we'll go around it with the road. Can't express how close we are to soap now. So, fuel factory is in. I'm going to say use... I don't know if I have any straw. I don't really want to use wood. We have a coal mine. We just basically need another mine. I'm actually going to flip that to coal. And I'm going to say, don't use wood, use coal. Don't have any workers for it yet. I think we had a little bit of death, but we're going to have some growing up. There's another migration coming in as well. And then what I'm going to do is get another mine. Now, bear in mind, they're pretty big. I don't know where we can go with it. Over here is not so bad, actually. So I think I can stick it there. And yeah, once that one's built, that's going to go back to iron now. I see we've got a bit stored up, so I can flip this to coal. Hopefully get some in for the processing. How much refined is it? It's only 4 coal to make 12 refined fuel, so it should be okay. For the record on veggie salads, we produced 240, consumed 170, so we're doing pretty well on that. Same with salted fish. Yes, the numbers are 0 right now, but it's because they're in the houses. We've got 380 to 271 consumption, so we're officially living off non-raw foods, which is why we have so much more spare now. Look at this fish. Holy crap. Wow, we want some more salting on the go, surely, with all of this. Let's start turning that up too. I'm just trying to think how you go about the housing, because you can only put it in within the zone, right? Actually, we still have plenty of room. Oh, we got our next one too. We could get cattle. Oh, max house occupants. Herdsmen who have worked in pastures for many years have a lot of experience raising cattle, so we'd get new livestock, or we go with the extra occupants in the house. I am kind of geared towards the extra occupant, so I'm going to do that. And then just to keep this kind of going, I am going to push these houses as much as I can this way, and we're going to go all the way in. How much food? Oh my god, so much food. I can actually reduce these guys down. I feel like they're harvesting in time. So much food, man. I am going to accept these immigrants. Love to see it. We are prepared for them, so we're all good. Tools and clothing still okay. I will get onto shoes eventually. Let's get that back onto iron. Let's maybe just tick one person in iron. All right, let's accept them. Let's see. Accept immigrants for 5 times. Oh, check me out. We've actually got the house space for them with that extra person in each house too. Seems to be okay. 4 of 5, so they can have more children. It just takes a while, I think. So hopefully we'll be on to the bricks before long, and I'll open up a space for that one. Whilst they're resting, they do something else anyway. And then I'm going to push in. I've got multiple foresters now. I want to keep those kind of working, but I'm also now going to move a little bit further into potentially some distance gathering huts, so I don't have to keep maintaining them. So I'm going to get 2 a bit further out. Hopefully that's fine. And I feel like with a stone road, they can travel pretty quickly. So we'll keep quarry workers, absolutely pound through them. Let's get 10 straight quarry workers in there. And that should be good. I did put second forester over here, as you can see. So hopefully we can keep that ticking over. It's hard to tell in some ways. I mean, timber, the production is higher, and I'm manually cutting some down still, as you can see, but it isn't as good as I'd like. I also don't necessarily need to gather the plants, but I will do it when they've got nothing else to do. Finally see some bricks coming in. Look at this. Beautiful. Give me soap. Now, if we look at the bathhouse, it requires some kind of linen, so we can't quite do that yet. This does have an area of effects. This would have been perfect. So I think I'm going to go ahead. Tools. Let's get a tool shop in first. I'm going to change this up. Or maybe get rid of the Herbalist Hut and Research Institute. We could hit half of them. We want a happiness to be in, right? So maybe Builder's Hut. We can get it in here. Yeah, so Builder's Cabin. Let's move that out here. It doesn't really matter where, does it? Let's go there. That's an insta build, so we can get rid of that. And also the storage. So hopefully it empties it out first, God forbid. And that's obviously, the bathhouse is still too big. So I think I need to move the clinic. So maybe just move these over. Then we'll go in there. We'll get a clinic in somewhere else. Although that has an area of effect as well. I feel like maybe then, yeah, it's dangerous to demolish all of the wells, but we're going to need to move it around for sure. So let's go with 2 wells this end. They're really easy to build, and then I can demolish all this out and readjust, and then have the 3 service buildings all the way across. Right, 1 bathhouse, 1 clinic when they're gone, and then the church can stay there. I might get another church this end then as well. All right, although drinking can improve one's mood, too much drinking just leads to drunkenness. Okay, they fell into the river. Investigate it. Pick up only the ones that can be used. 270 pottery. There we go. And then the clinic can go in there. The chapel really should move over as well. So just move it all over slightly. Probably want to build another one first, though. Oh, that would have been also very, very good in there. Let's see what we can do here. Can I make do without the cut stone? I think I can. So if we get rid of you, and we strip down the storage a little bit. Going to need another storage yard somewhere else. Just want to get a few services in elsewhere. All right, we have a point. As we're already with those production chains, is there anywhere else we want to go to make things a little bit easier? I feel like transfer station is a great idea because we can have someone just move things across. I'm going to test it because I think it's going to speed up a few things, and we're getting in points pretty quickly. So essentially, transfer station would be good from here. So all of these production buildings, they can act as like the one that gets it all in for these guys, you know. Also, the soap finished off. So we want, what, salt soap? Which one's better? Medical soap. Definitely salt soap. Let's go with that because we can get more people in the salt works and keep that going. So I'm praying that that gives us an incredible kind of push. So there's loads that can go in. We've got plenty of fat to get that going. Right, what I want is the overlap then. So once that's out of the way, I should be able to get the chapel in just here. I'm actually going to go... So if I get it here, look, that covers every house that we have pretty much. It's actually positioned better than this one. So we'll go for a chapel there, delete this one. Latrine isn't covered. So if we get one more latrine this side for all of the other houses, that's then all of this sorted as well. And that should get our services. I managed to pop the health back up. So happiness, genuinely get to that 60%. We will be good. There you go. Transfer station working pretty well. Look at that. So the only thing I think is we might need a transfer station this end too. If we can overlap logistics wise, another one, that's kind of tricky. It would be good for it to be probably in this middle bit actually. Yeah, okay. So we're going to say no to the bathhouse there. Once this chapel's in, which is coming in, we can demolish this one and then we can get it in there and we'll get the other service building just in this one. I'll just make sure that's priority. And then I'm going to unpause the trade place now. So we're going to need to look for a way to get coins, I think. So I think I took this from what we're going to class as nearly a disaster into something quite thriving, if I'm honest. We're doing pretty well here. Let's go ahead and get that transfer station in here. And then services, the bathhouse. So we're going to get that as tight to there as I can. I'm going to move a veg processing plant over this way then. So that's going to be good. I reckon I can make do for now without it. So let's get rid of that. And this will free up this area. And I don't think, in all honesty, we're going to need this tower here. So eventually I'm just going to wall off this front bit. So 2 towers here would kill the tiger. And I think the one this end will be fine. We still have 4 years. Yeah, I have an insane amount of food. This is crazy. And soap is coming in. So yeah, I feel like we could get this moving. I don't know where that potentially is, but it might hopefully get across into the marketplace. Let's get extra workers. I didn't really think about that. We should probably have multiple people in the marketplace. Maybe not that many. If it says resting, I'll move them off. I also have fruit seeds. So there is the possibility to get one of these guys in. And honestly, I feel like an orchard down by this would be pretty nice. So if I go off the back of the houses here by the cemetery, let's see, orchard, let's go for a 10 by 5 on there as well. I have a feeling that a balanced diet with fruit, veg, and then meat is the key to getting the happiness even further. Right, we got a trade post now, so we can form a caravan. Let's have a look. So Meow is the first one. Round trip 175, 73 days. We can have it looping. Caravan members, risk of death is less the more you have. Okay, so let's send, 6. Buy insurance. We need technology for that, so we can't do that. Selling item then. Feel like this is probably the play. We're gonna be little food farmers. There we go. That's the exact. We're gonna sell. That's total price 1548. So there's the selling items. We can potentially buy some more things in. I would be tempted to try then and get my hands on a bit of paper. Maybe 60 paper. Let's form that. And the reason we're doing that is because we can put yes to paper and get a bigger output on tech XP, and that's going to give us the level ups that we need. We're 99% of the proficiency level, by the way, so we're going to get this bonus very soon as well. How exciting. Look at that as well. Don't underestimate these small indie games. Built well, this game. It's the logistics and stuff. It seems to all work really well. These things have been incredible to move things around. I reckon we're going to be able to boost this as soon as we get that goodies in though. I'm excited to get onto shoes. Also, a police station is really cheap to make, and it's possible that that helps boost us. But anyway, we've got room for some more houses in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a block of 4. Oh, you can change the models of houses by pressing F as well. I'm actually going to connect these guys in via that. So extra block of houses there. And what I did do is move these guys away. So we're going to have a bit more of an industry station. So once again, then we're going to need... So we got our food one in. We also need to get our processing ones back. One was the meat curing workshop. None of that matters at all. Before I commit to that police station, actually, do I want to try and get down to the bedding? That was quite easy, wasn't it? Where was it? There it is. Yeah, I'm going to go for bedding shop. That's probably sensible. Although I see rope. So actually, we're going to need... Damn it, we're going to need knitting. So I have to do knitting. Right, our orchard's ready. What did we get? Coffee. Oh my god, coffee. Can I process coffee? That's going to be exciting. I'm now switching that over to planks to slowly tick that back up. We're going to need all of those when we move into the bigger boys. Hey, I hit 1-star livability, by the way. How does that activate these guys? Is it possible? Yeah, I think we got the 10 plus 10% max vitality plus 10% stamina, right? But then we lose that for the stamina consumption. That's fine. I think it is time for us to go into salted meat. So I'm going to start salting up some of that. We're going to use it all in. Now, I can get more salt going anyway, so we'll do that. Because we've got logistics, right, we should be able to start pushing in. And then from that salted meat, I think I can then, well, I can start prepping it, and I should be able to then go into actual food. So from the meat chopslet, we can get a barbecue. Although barbecue requires steel. Holy crap. There's always something, isn't there? Now I thought about it, probably should have just bought the bedding set. There's our next tech point. So let's grab knitting. So we're going to get it for a little while. Hopefully then, this is one of our basic ones. So that's ropes. It fits perfectly in this slot, but I might leave that open just in case there's some kind of resource we can stick in. Let's put it this end. And honestly, I might be able to start building a... Oh my god, is that the caravan? Hey, caravan's on its way back. Yeah, I'm going to send another one out, probably just to purchase and get the cloth in from that. It's probably going to be quicker. Caravan return to town then, so hopefully they'll get that paper in. Let's actually go straight in and form a new one. And we're going to go straight to bedding set. It's quite expensive. We need 15. It's going to be all the money that we make. Probably just purchase those. So we'll form that and send that out as well. It should be enough for this guy. And I did see inside the housing, it's also bedding or home textiles from the bedding set is what's required for reduced fuel consumption, which is awesome. So we're going to be able to get quite a few upgrades in relatively soon once we've got all our production kind of flowing. Now, it is potentially a good idea to get a small marketplace and extend housing where we think we might build. And honestly, I don't want to come that way too much. I feel like in this bit might be good for some housing. So a little bit of overlap's not going to hurt. If I get a marketplace in here, I should be okay to slap in a few more. So we'll get one this end and we'll get that transporting. It just means we can get them all going for these jobs here. I wonder how quick that research point's going to come in. I don't know. I have no idea how fast this thing works, but the paper is in, so it should be quicker. Paper mill is really simple too. That's read. We could speed up our own by creating that. There's always something that you want. We hit the tier 1 on construction. Look at this. Building durability and construction speed for proficiency as well. Amazing. All right, we're ready to get our rope in. So, oh, straw shoes. Oh, knitting workshop can be done in here. And then fishing nets, baskets, scarecrow. So we'll start with rope. Honestly, use flax because we're growing that. So let's go with rope there. Let's get 2 of those in. I'm going to build a second one of these, because I saw the shoes. So we're going to get another one of them. The second knitting workshop. Let's go back to back with you. And apparently we've got new livestock. What have we got? Turkeys. Hey, there we go. Very nice. We have got those sewing techniques books. There it is. Let's select that so we can have sewing techniques. Durability of rough clothes plus 20%. That's amazing. So we'll get those in. And we're going to get another pasture now. So we want some turkeys. Now, realistically, where is sensible? I know I want to keep it all up here, but actually it doesn't hurt to potentially go down this way. I have no goal on population or anything. I just want something to look nice, you know? I would be tempted to go all in. Now, we need that for industry space. Let's go here. Nothing fancy. 9 by 15. We're going to hit some turkeys in there as well. I did say with this stone, I also want to see if we can get basic wall in. I don't see a gateway, but you can have them funnel in one specific way, so they're quite expensive. So marketplace is in. That does mean a few more houses can be stuck down. And let me check the coverage here. So church is still covering these guys. Clinic still covering them. So all we need, this is also going to cover them, apart from these 2 houses up here. So we're all good. Anyway, let's get those straw shoes going. There we are. So if we can pull in some of those, this is going to be fantastic. And shoes, let's go 160. Because we have plenty of reeds and I can still gather loads of reeds because it is full of them. As you can see over here. Absolutely full of them. So, and we have quite a few in surplus anyway. That little stone wall. That looks awesome. So I'm going to start prepping. You've got 3 years. Let's go ahead, demolish this one. Let's demolish this one. Free up a little bit more building space. Let's put 2 towers this end. They're already producing shoes. You better hurry up and give me some better happiness. Look at this though. At least we have no negative effect on health. Come on. I need to get this up. I'm hoping shoes do the job. I genuinely think though the bathhouse is going to do the job for sure. Because I don't know if the houses are getting the soap or whether we're stockpiling. It's possible that we're stockpiling, to be honest. Our next caravan is back. Awesome. So hopefully you're going to give us what we need. And next tech point is in, and so is my cloth. Awesome. So just pausing up. Do we take it one further? Now, processing would be nice. We can get onto the leather shoes in the workshop if we want to go this way, but I really am quite tempted. I can't do that yet either. Yeah, I think we want our own bedding, don't we? We can make people pretty happy. Where is the steel works? There it is, smelting. Can process iron and refine fuel into steel. You know what? I'm going to try a police station. I know, it's cheap. It's cheap. I feel like we can get this thing in and it might have an impact. I could be completely wrong here. And they don't care about it, but we'll see. Let's just stick police station over here then. I'll see what that's all about. Right, there it is. Health plus 30. It's actually a health building rather than happiness. 50% though, let's see. I mean, we know it works pretty well if this also goes up. I think if you're healthy, you're happier, right? That is just a general fact of life, in my opinion. You know what? Capacity of schools plus 5 and tech XP generated for school type structures plus 100%. We can double the XP earned from the school as well. Oh, right. So that is actually perfect. I can let that run like crazy. That would help. How's my meat salting looking? Lack of raw materials. We'll just hold fire on you. Will I need more? One thing I know is we can get turkeys in, and I'm going to untick those from there for now. I am going to get this going. What is this? What's the difference? I feel like this, you can drag and drop the stone walls. So, boom. We're going all the way across, so hopefully they can't get through unless they come around. So block it there, push it this way via this. There we go. So the end point is here. They should die pretty hard when they come through there. I'm pretty happy now. We have shoes as well. This has also boosted this happiness. So, so close to getting to 60%. I know I've probably taken way too long to do that, but it is what it is. Yeah, I see the happiness needs here. So church, theatre, tombstone, hidden factors, and shoes. So yeah, shoes are the one. If we can get that popping, let's get an extra person pulling shoes in. We're definitely going to be loving life. Turns out you get a lot of reeds every single time too. And let's get more farms. So we've got the orchard in. We're going to get a yield from that. I am going to go with another one because that's only coffee, remember. And I think it's okay to potentially just squeeze. We are going around. I think all of this has to be farmland. Although we could also stick a farm this end. And I feel like we could just get a slightly bigger one here. 15 by 11. That's perfect. I can't see me. There's going to be houses, but we're I think this is okay. I'm going to squeeze a few in here and I'm going to wait for the better tier ones. So we're officially walled in from the bandits now. I've got this little entrance point here, which, I mean, it's ugly, but it's going to do the job, I think. There we go. Finally seeing the dip in food now, so it is important that we go ahead and get more in. Harvest period is longer. Yeah, that's why you need these two. So let's go for another set of pumpkins down this end. So, tea shop is a good one. I'm seeing cereals grown in fruits. We've got oats and cereal. It's possible that we can utilize this, but I feel like then I'm going to unlock drinks next. I'm going to keep pushing the happiness, and I reckon, I mean, coffee makes me happy, so hopefully it makes these guys happy, right? Now, 2 years until the attack as well. Hopefully this is good enough. One tower was fine last time, so it should be okay. Out 233 population as well. So I think it's safe to say I officially know how to play the game. Now, could have played the beginning way better, but we made it through. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. But there's a migration coming as well. I'm probably going to say no to it. I mean, we have plenty of people spare, so I think that would be the right play. Turkeys have produced like crazy, so I'm going to start putting them in. It's just so I don't forget. It's not going to be too much of a problem. The only other side is really, should I be getting more in here? Do we get more out of it? If I do, I'm going to test it. I don't know how many workers we need in each. And then flax wise, I'm going to hit up 4. So we're going to push through on that as well. Can't lie, pretty excited about the tea house. We hit 60%, guys. Just need 1 more percent. This is shoes. They're still trying to catch up, but I think eventually we're going to go above it. So that is going to be the work efficiency. What's this? For several months in a row, when the market vendors are taking stock, they've found that certain small items constantly go missing and their records just couldn't match up. They finally decide to investigate the entire market, but where should they start their investigation? Staircase. The enclosed staircase partition was filled with a jumble of miscellaneous items. Take them away. What do we get? 32 feathers, 62 medicinal powder, 67 rope, wool, and medicinal soap. You thieves. Now, just to be on the safe side, should I get another tower? They don't really cost anything, so why not? Let's get a 3rd one here, just so we've got major overlap. I think 3 is going to be pretty big, but I have seen it's leveled up quite a bit, so I don't know how big this spear troop is going to be. I mean, the 1 tower absolutely obliterated it last time. We're on 62%. Yes, there you go. We're in good standing, so I can probably squeeze in a couple of houses around this area. Again, going to say no to this migration. I've got way too many people now. I want you to be reappointed, by the way. When administrators have been selected for auto reappointment reach the end of their term, the fee for the next term will automatically be charged. If they retire, another administrator with the same jobs will take over. We're almost at the next one, so 12 population away from our third town administrator, which is great. Again, I could get that right now. I'm going to say no to these guys. We're going to get births in. Feel sad about it, but last time we did it, they were ill. Let's continue getting all our roads sorted. Yeah, that food took a turn with all these births, didn't it? But I think with the next harvest, we should be good. And we'll go back to just grabbing up everything in the forests for now. Let's grab drinks. It is time for coffee. So it's going to be the tea shop, right? Yeah, coffee beans. It's nice and cheap. Yes, over here is cool. I think I should probably get a road going around. So let's get tea shop there. Let's go for a stone road off the back of this one. Oh man, I'm pushing towards the 70 mark here. This is... Oh, you get no effect until 80 though. Such a shame. Work efficiency plus 10 if we get above 80%. Right, administrator's term expires. No, that's all right. You're good. I can ignore you. See, even with those births that were up 6 more, I'm going to just see. Because it's possible we get someone else. And I don't have 5,000. Let's also push more farms. So let's go from you. And I'm going to go 2 fields like this. Now, they're not max efficiency, I know. But we're going to go coffee here. Gives plus 20 health and 50 thirst. It actually gives better thirst than the other stuff, which is awesome. Wow, stress minus 15 for the black tea. He doesn't give that, unfortunately. It's the 1 bean, but that's okay. We'll knock up as much coffee as we can. Probably worth a small storage yard through these bits as well. Maybe a transfer station. So if I can overlap you. Let's go in there. Definitely do bedding next. I think for a caravan, we could probably sell rope. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4.5. That's not bad. Not going to sell any of the food, though. I can sell feathers because they go 4.47. And I could do coffee beans, but the rest I kind of want to keep. We'll sell 200 fat. And then purchasing-wise, I think it might be good to see if we can get something else. We could have this rotating around, to be fair. There are certain happiness things like black tea that we could get. Quite expensive, though. So, let's go paper. Not really so items gain is 2,800 paper. We could go about 250 paper. Let's get our towers occupied. I'm hoping I can kill it this time. And there's our new farm. So next time then, 18 per grid. These are way better if we can do it. The harvest time is bigger, so potentially want extra people in that field. Then this one, I'm going to try oat because there is a requirement for that on another one as well. So I think we need another knitting workshop. I don't think it's so bad to have another one making those shoes either. I only get a third boiler man out this way, and this will cover us if we can get a few houses this side too. So as soon as we deal with this bear, well, a few months later, we'll flip to the other one. So beast intruding. Oh my god, there's a giant bear there too. I'm going to try the capture again. However, due to the bear's struggle, no, we didn't get it. I think there's like a chance of that, right? Right, let's see. Get myself a tiger cub. Definitely going to kill this first, but that's fine. We can rebuild. Yeah, down it goes. Rebuild. And then towers, do your job. Obliterate it, please. There should be no reason why we can't kill it this time. There it is. Down it goes. We killed it. Yes. Hunter Dwight was killed by beasts. Did we get anything for it? Nope. Damn it. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's get the straw shoes going again. Hello, traveling merchant. We will take the stone. We have a lot. 1,000 gold. I can reappoint. Do I reappoint? Yeah, I'm going to reappoint him. Reappoint administrator once. The only reason I'm doing that is because that's helping on clothing and tool consumption, which is yet to be an issue again since that. So it does take most of our gold reserves, but if this caravan comes back, well, it'll be nearly 1,000. I've got stuff to sell, right? Like ropes. This, again, though, probably should up this because we can take ropes out as something we can sell. And I'm not using the flax at the moment. We've got a lot of it. Now, bandit camp's almost level 4. Now, here we go. Farm yield plus 25% or 8 new... Well, I mean, Ada, it's got to be you, right? I don't care about the citizens. We're doing absolutely fine on that. So farm yield plus 25%. That is huge. So appointment number 3, Ada. Yeah, this is why we'll need to keep it going. But there's quite a lot of years until we have to worry about paying them, so it's fine. It looks like turkeys are producing us something now. It's just pure meat, though. I'd argue that geese are probably better because you get feathers as well. Now, just whilst I wait, looking over the tech tree, honestly, up here, look, graduation required time minus 10% in tech output plus 10%. This is our next point. Definitely needs to go into the school. I'm going to build a second school as well. So we've got one this end. I mean, let's stick one this side too. And that's going to give us tech output again as well, isn't it? And we double both of those. We're going to be able to push research a little bit more. We're at that point, I think now we're stabilized. That plus 25% on the farms is going to make this pretty immense. We're going to have so much. There we go. I see a surplus on the shoes. It's 70% now. Yes. And caravan did arrive. So we are going to hit one up again. I'm going to try and reduce the risk. I think the more people, you have the same weight regardless of people. The only thing that matters is the risk of death. I think I can afford to send them. This time though, we're just going to straight sell some flax and wool. Feathers, sorry. We have loads of them. And we can use this to keep bringing in paper. I don't even need to produce my own. I could do this as a round trip, but I don't want to do too many. I'll probably just buy 100 at a time. 8.2 though. We still gain some money, which is good. So let's keep that going. I'm going to keep doing these manually for now. Oh god, gotta get my towers. Don't forget. Jeez. Almost got caught out there. Oh, we were very close. So get in there, guys, and just chill. They have to come this way because they are blocked off all other ways. I'm fairly certain. Is this the same size or is it bigger? I can only see... oh, no, it is bigger. It's bigger. But not big enough. They know what they're doing. They're coming to the one side. Are they going to be able to sneak through or are they going to hit the wall? They're hitting the wall. I mean, it's getting shredded down by the one tower. So as soon as it pushes in on this one, and it didn't even get through. Very, very nice. Alrighty, I am just paused up a second. I'm just going to open the technology tree. It's been a couple of years. I've spent a couple of points. Nothing fancy at all. I got the warehouse. I've put a few of those dotted around. Only some small ones, so they're pretty handy though. And obviously done something. I moved the farm away from this area that was stuck. This side, because we didn't need it. That extra boost has been absolutely fine. But yeah, we've got so many resources and stuff. We've pumped up the shoes and all that. We've got everything going. Extra tools here. Got my reed farms. All is looking good. So yeah, we're all good. I'm just plowing through and we're about to get our next point. It is time. Obviously, we go into paper, I think. So I'll probably just hit this one real quick because we got the reeds. That's why we were doing it, right? Does mean we're going to need more wells though, so I'm going to activate paper straight away and we are going to get that in. So can process reeds or timber into paper. It is definitely going to be the old reeds, and I got rid of the forester from over here as well. I put a new one this end, so it's all tidied up. Oh yeah, started with glass here. I don't know if I said that already. Who knows? There's glass here. I got a second salter in, more clothing as well. So we're ready to flip to everything should we need more advanced stuff. There is an advanced tailor and all that as well. But as you can see, as soon as we put something down, it's built super fast. Just under 300 pop as well. It's pretty insane really, isn't it? So we're not going to allow much from this. So recipe wise, we're going to say... you can use both for now, actually. Whatever you've got, really. Let's top up the paper. I'd be very tempted to get in another research institute. So I'm going to do that. I don't like where some of my stuff is, but this is fine. I'm going to pop another research institute this way. We'll get more stone roads going. And then once that's in, we'll allow paper on both as well. This should keep it nice and speedy. And I did see something on the trading I didn't show you guys, but each person, I didn't realize... you level them up and they have a certain amount before you can kind of be really good with them. So I'll open the factions tab up here, and Meow is who we're going with. So each one unlocks certain things from them. If we get her to level 2, we get a private school, and Tofu, which is cool. So they all have different things, but I'm literally only been trading with Meow at the moment to try and level it up. It's not the fastest. Once we get to 350, we got our next policy as well. You'll see we got 1 star in mining, construction, and agriculture and livability. The mining one's pretty good. So quarryman plus 10%, work efficiency 10% as well. Logistics, look at this. If we get that to 1 star, I get plus 10% movement speed and max capacity of 15% as well. But we are hit with something. Doctors have recently treated many patients with wind, heat, and colds. Seeing that people are vulnerable to wind, cold in autumn and winter, he suggests preparing some medicine or clothing for cold weather. Okay. Prepare some clothing for cold weather. Let's do that. Item received, down jacket. Now, on the science proficiency, you'll see we're level 25. You don't get extreme technology until level 99, but you can see the education efficiency here. This allows the school type structures can use the paper to increase efficiency, but the tech XP is increased by 150%. So I'm going to hit that one next as well, just to speed it up. And you'll see we're on 76% as well. We're so close to that work efficiency plus 10%. I don't think it matters though. I'm going to squeeze one more house in there. We are very full on this whole section now, which is really nice. So we need to either consider pushing over the riverside, which would work out pretty well. I could put another bridge through here, and it means we can allow fishing and stuff from there, but we'd have to almost have that as its own separate colony, I think. Obviously part of the same colony, but set up like all its own separate services and all that as well. Maybe some jobs over there, but it doesn't really matter too much. Look at this. 106%. So stamina usage is just nothing right now, which is great. So these guys will be seriously happy. Now we are running into probably what is a problem where we're going to need nicer houses and stuff. So that's also something else we need to unlock, but there is too much. It would be nice to get house upgrades for sure. Unlocks the luxury house as well. I might go that route, but we don't have building kits. So construction, there needs to be something for building kits as well. Is it this one? No, maybe not. It might be processing then. I have no idea. What I do think is these guys, so rather than iron tools, you'd select building kit. Is that right? We'd need steel regardless. I know that much. So steel, so extra science, steel, and then something else. So where is it? There it is. The forge down here can process steel, glass, and bricks into building kits. So we'd have to go down this way as well. But I'm going to obviously get education efficiency. So let me just check this out. We've got 2 schools. So we can allow the use of paper in here as well. I am going to do that. It gets efficiency, yeah, 50. That's so good. We'll allow paper in there. I might bump this up then. We can allow this and get extra water. I think for now, though, water's okay. I don't need to worry just yet. We're 500 plus, so I can keep going. Oh, there's another giant tree here. Let's take that. I'm going to transplant that because that gives us that boost of tree growth as well. The other side of it is whether I push... I could come this way. It's really easy to wall off. We've got this natural defense away from the bandit camp as well, so we'd only need towers literally around here. So this little area would cover it. Does mean we'd have to set up a full-on section over this way, but this could work. This has got like a really good section for it, so maybe, just maybe, we do that. We have 6 years, maybe after that attack. Okay, next tech point. This is definitely going down into smelting, so we're going to start getting steel. There's also an advanced smithy that unlocked, but yeah, we want the can process iron and refined fuel into steel. I am full. I've been smashing in quite a bit. I am going to squeeze. Oh, can you go in there? They can go here. So we've got to play to where we can kind of fit things now, which isn't a problem. We'll go there. Just slapping in some more warehouses because they are all super full. The small warehouse doesn't hold a lot, and the amount of food that we've got is crazy, man. I need to probably send more caravans out. Now, as you'll see, because we've got so many laborers and the way we're set up now, carrying from anywhere is really easy. So it doesn't matter what we do now. We could probably go ahead and get this started. We've got resources to use, so you know what, let's get our wall in. Actually, we don't even need to. We literally just need straight towers over this way. So if we assume, if we turn this into like kill box like this, they can still get through, but it's with great difficulty, right? And we'll go one there as well. It's like it literally is just a defense, so they can still squeeze through. They'll die if they try, so we can demolish all of these, I think. Assume that we're going to build this way. I think that's quite sensible. It gives us a bit more breathing room as well, so we can bring the stone road all the way through, which I'm going to do. We'll start by going maybe... I need to get rid of the wall actually first. Let the wall disappear, then we'll do it. We have smaller amounts of children's. We'll keep the revenue for that. I'm wondering, do we say yes to these? There's 17. I think I'm going to... The only reason I'm going to do that is because we want to get the new policy person in, and that puts us 19 away from getting that. We are going to need those houses, though, so it's important that we probably... let's get another builder's hut. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 builder's cabins, actually. We've got so many people now, it shouldn't be a problem. We've still got enough food for all of these people. And then one more big well. And you can go right in there. I'm going to assume as a bit of a plan of the stone road here. I'll probably demolish this one out eventually. But yeah, this is all set up. So when someone attacks, we're going to be, well, they're going to be screwed, basically. We'll keep this as resources. It just makes sense. There's another one of those trees. Kind of want to cut it down to see what it does. A significant amount of wood was obtained. Let's see how much we got. 53. Are you serious? What's that? Regeneration time for trees is extended. Okay, so we're back to normal. Don't cut down the big tree. So let's figure this out then. We're going to get the services in. So we're going to start with one latrine. I'm just going to kind of build around this. I'm going to go for a large marketplace, I think. And this fits pretty well right there, actually. I have a chapel, a bathhouse, and a clinic. This should be all of our requirements. So let's get a bit of a road going around these as well. There's a lot of building. We got the builders' cabins, though, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to bring this all the way down. And we're going to get the houses going. But I want the next tier of house, hopefully. So processing wise, no, not process, construction, no, mining, we got smelting, we need the forge. So we're going to hit the forge up as well. Unlock a level 3 technology in standard mode. Go me. So one forge. Let's just stick that here. Logistics wise, I'm going to get some warehouses this side as well, because there's going to be a bit of industry coming this side. Now this bandit camp is at level 5, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to kill. This is going to probably go down if I don't sort out this homelessness. So we need to get some basic interim houses. I just need the marketplace to finish off. And I'm just going to slap in a few down here. Then we'll get some nicer ones after. There's quite a bit to build, but that's okay. Right, let's get this wall broken down. So what we can do is essentially push these to join up almost and farm from here as well. Right, there's the building kit. Look, you need a bit of everything, so we'll probably just drop that down. Let's get 2 in there, though, because we do need those for all of our upgrades. So the houses themselves, look, you can get the reinforcement. We don't have much like withstand wind and rain, but we've got them rebuilding anyway if we need it. The main thing is going to be for our later game, the last final stages building. What's this? We got some books. No one. Yeah, we'll purchase the books. Why not? And we'll probably form a caravan. And we'll sell a bit of flax, bit of rope, and some feathers. That's 1,000. There's nothing I want, so I'm just going to form that and sell. Hopefully get Meow leveled up a little bit more. We're getting there. We just have to keep trading. Does it affect the price too? So you can pick who you're selling to as well, I've noticed. So let's say rope is one. We're making a lot of rope. So realistically, we should be selling to one of these 3 now, but it's 0.01 per rope, so it's okay. I think because we're selling more to her, it reduces it. There we go. Got the houses popping up, so hopefully we're getting the start of the settlement here. And this, I'll build my barracks and stuff this end. This is where we'll do the military training, I think. Now, there is also a cut stone road, which is 75%. I'm not too fussed about getting to that. I don't think we're going to need it. I'm getting house upgrades next. I'm going to hold fire on building any more of the smaller houses. I do need service. We're going to need a boiler room. That's the one thing I forgot. So if we assume that we're going to build, let's go here. So we'll put barracks and stuff this end. I can build more this side then. And it just means we can get some houses going this way. So I'm going to keep this going around. That means we can fit some across this edge. Although I don't know if the bigger houses are larger in size. There it is. House upgrades. Boom. So we're going for the luxury house, and no, it is... We can change the models. I love that you can change the models, by the way. That is awesome. So we're going to get in a couple of these then and probably destroy the other ones out. Need to do the same over here. So what will happen is we'll cause a bit of a ruckus, but I can get a couple of the main hubs demolished in favor of the new houses. We're making those parts pretty quickly, I think. Although I did that right at winter so making them homeless for the winter, which isn't good. Oh, reserve exhausted. Further excavation unavailable. It's indestructible too, so there is no more stone in there. That quarry has got to live there forever. Would you look at that? So when you build a quarry, it is there forever. So keep that in mind. I am going to still... I don't care. I'm going to make sure we're away from these houses, but I'm going to put our new quarry out over this way. That still gives us a bit of room for extra food if we need it, which we don't. And look at this. Our first luxury house is in. The boiler's in, so that's good. And there it is. Very, very nice. Moving up in the world. So we have got them freed up then. So let's start replacing. Let me go ahead and get another school over here too. Kind of makes sense. And let's see. I think I can bring this through. Doesn't need to be perfect, right? Let's go like that. Right, this next point, I think I'm going to go into weaving. We're going to start getting some better clothing in now that we're able to do that. So we're going to go for just a normal textile mill. We got a beast intruding. Wow, I didn't cover this. That's not ideal. Let's go there. We got a fierce tiger. I think we're okay. These should be able to get in time. I didn't keep an eye on that, but he's far back enough, I think. Oh, there's two. Holy crap, there's two tigers. So it all does scale quite considerably. I think we're going to want some extra towers this side then. Maybe a wall would be a good idea. Whilst we wait for those to come then, I think I am going to get a couple more. So if we kind of have them like this, it covers everything bar this one. These guys should be in time anyway. We'll take them out just fine. We'll just have to repair the building. I don't think it matters too much. They're going separately anyway, so this one's going to die pretty quickly, I think. Oh, he's coming in. Coming in. Wasn't prepared for that. He's decided to go and attack something else. I think he's killing people. Can you imagine getting attacked by a giant tiger? Is that... Yeah, he's killing off people. Damn it! You little rat. I got rid of my towers here. So yeah, we do need that. It would have died from this one anyway, but we were so close to hitting him down as well to the 35%. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that tent there now. That gives us a bit more room. I think he's going to disappear and he's going to die whilst doing so. How many did he kill? Quite a few. He killed about 20 people. I mean, we have loads spare anyway, and we just managed to kill it. Oh, no burial places is affecting happiness too. So, oh wow, we're good. Let's get a crematorium in. Then this thing's huge. Let's get creme over this way. Well, now I know this should be fine. We'll have all of these towers in, so it won't be a problem. You guys can kind of come out now. All right, textile mill. I'm going to get this moving then. So inside of here, we're going to go... I think we've got to go linen. We don't have silks yet, so we're going to go linen with those. And then that, I think, unlocked the advanced tailor there. I'm going to try one of these. So we'll rotate this into a new one away from the smaller ones and see if we can do some more fancy clothing. You see, I'm trying to pull it by these big warehouses, building another bit of an industry section, right? As the burial policy has been unlocked, I'm not going to do that. With creme, we need this just to burn people. Thank you. Anyone who's unhappy, get their families burnt if they require them. We'll have to work our population back up. I mean, fertility rate's 71, so I just need to get these up a bit more and then they'll go up again. We have 53 old people too. We need to consider them dying as they get older now as well. Right, this coal mine has been exhausted as well. Can you can't demolish the old mines either. Can we switch resource? No, we cannot. Right. Okay, dead mine again as well. Okay, I didn't know this was a thing. And again, they are huge. So this does play a bit of a role in how we kind of play. Although we can hopefully could remove that road and push it in there. There's only one other place we can kind of go, and that is over here. So I'm going to try and get them in. Let's get a mine there. That's going to be the new coal mine. Bit extra travel, but that's okay. And advanced tailor. We are, what do we have? We have the opportunity for down jackets. Luxury coats is silk. So it's going to have to be down jackets, I think. Although costumes would allow us to build the theatre. But yeah, we'll start with down jackets. Okay, we have a point then. So where do we want to go? What do we want to do? Obtain the books. Proper rest, wild vegetables and mushrooms, and water sanitation. A boarding school? Honestly, part of me wants to get down this way. Leatherware would allow us to produce leather shoes, which is a big improvement. A bigger, happier boost. Or silk. We don't have mulberry leaf. We do. Okay, lamp oil we don't have either. This would allow us to get the theatre, by the way, if we get those costumes, as you can see here. And that, I'm sure, would give a huge happiness boost. Or anything we can do in here to make them better. Greater reserves on a mountain quarry. Must be built on a hillside. I want to grab the barracks. I really want to try it. So here we go. We have spare people. Let's start building some soldiers. So we'll go for a place where reservists can be organised into spears and reservists. So we'll get the camp here, and then we'll get the spear camp next to it. Now we have a new tech point. I do kind of want to move down to this. I've got to be careful as I keep pushing up now. The other one is apiary, so we get honey and then we can make candy. That could be pretty good. What's this? An old man came to town with a bag of old glass bottles. Yeah, go on then. We'll have your glass bottles, mate. I don't mind the idea of leather shoes. That's kind of good, but we need more. We don't have, other than hunting, we don't have a leather resource, if that makes sense. We are making baskets as well, so we could move forward. Yeah, let's get the packet expansion. That's going to make it a little bit quicker for things to move around as well. All of it's an efficiency thing, right? And I'm still upgrading all of the houses where possible, just getting loads more in just to cover it. And we've managed to get back up off the tiger attacks. So here we go. Reservists then, we are going to hit up some of this. Training settings. Let's go for, wow, 200 per person. So yeah, we need to make sure we're trading then. I'll keep selling on these just to cover the costs. And then from here, we're going to go squad formation, medicinal powder. Oh, do we need more herbs? Let's get that going then. I might get another herbalist hut this way then. We could buy in those medicinal powder to make our soldiers as well. I just want to test them out, to be honest, see what it's all about. Still going through even more houses this end. So let's get these still going. And honestly, I could do a little bit. There is a lot of decoration I haven't even looked at. So you can kind of like, if you wanted to, place a few things inside. I think you can put them inside houses and stuff, right? You must be able to. Unless it's for a specific thing. And then there's like some pretty cool statues. They cost cash though, that's the problem. So if you're going to decorate, you need money. Would be nice to have some flower beds though. I was thinking along like this. I don't know if they give like a bit of a happiness boost or anything. We'll give them a go. Some really nice trees you can get into. Look at this. It's a willow tree. Let's get a couple of those in there. It is just purely decorative, but they can look quite nice if you really want to do it. Right, I think my next one, I'm going to put a point into the senior housing. So I was looking, can accommodate 36 people. So we have nearly 60 elderly. So if I build 2 of these, it says they're incapable of having children, so they move out of the way. The construction is really expensive, but I think it will free up a lot of space. So this fits. Seniors, where are you going to go? We're going to move the seniors over here. You'll be fine. Let's stick you out that way. That's going to cost some serious resources though. Also with some of the spare people, I'm going to get extra hunters cabins and stuff in. So I'm going to get one this end, one this end, because we need more leather and there's a lot of cows roaming around in this section. I'm going to spend a little bit of my cash that I make from selling on buying medicinal powder. So we'll still make money, but we'll bring in some more to cost us this. We have what we need in. I think you've got to wait for the reservists to fill up and then you can hit the squad formation. Now I'm going to take these immigrants as they come in as well, because that's going to put us over that 350. We're almost there, but it's just taking a while. We've got the elderly coming in, haven't we? So 360 of these is pretty nuts. So once we have those, we'll have plenty of living space for anyone new anyway. I think I've got a little bit spare, so it should be fine. And yeah, then we'll prep and hopefully be ready to attack with this. I don't know how it's going to go. Probably need to wait until they attack, then attack them after. But it is pretty strong. So once we take these in, then we're going to get the next option for our 4th town administrator, which is going to be huge. There looks like around 20 people as well. 18. We'll say yes to that, and then we get this. Okay. Max energy plus 15. Tree regeneration interval minus 10. Let's go for the energy. Think highly of food storage and civic diet. Yeah, Delia, come on in. A little bit of lack of housing here, so let's squeeze in a few luxuries. I've got another marketplace up here as well, so if we want to get some in there, we're good. But I'm going to keep going here because of the services. Let's maybe get 3 more. That's going to cost us a little bit. You see this? We should be able to get our hands on the cows. Didn't see... Yeah, we still only have the 3 kinds. We didn't get the beast, unfortunately. That would have been nice. I'm hoping this hunter's hut is going to pull in. We're actually after leather. But yeah, if we can get some domesticated cows, that'd be fantastic. And next tech point is in as well. What is this? Palace of Justice. Unlock the structure Palace of Justice. The judicial building that is critical to start the edict function. Oh, let's try that. I'm just kind of playing around now, to be honest. So, Palace of Justice then. Let's just put you... I mean, no idea what you do, so let's just give you a bit of room. I mean, over here is fine. I think I'll get the pasture built, though. Let's go here. So this one I'm going to make large. This is going to be the cow one. I think you can only do 20 by 20, so we'll go 20 by 19 because we can't quite go on that square there. That's going to be lovely, lovely cows when we get them, hopefully. You guys could just hunt that. That'd be fantastic. All right, it's about time I got that bedding. So let's get that unlocked. This unlocks the bedding shop. Let's just get one small one. Honestly tempted to go there. If I bring it back one, I could probably squeeze a house in there too. Doesn't matter if not. I'll bring the road through these guys. Yeah, so we'll prioritize this one. I'm hoping, because I've just realized I forgot that it's 15 bedding we need for this bathhouse too. So the guys aren't getting soapy boys in this one. So it is affecting us. We're in the no effect range still anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all right, reservists are done. I've hit the squad make there. So we'll wait for the forming to be done. I was right. So you have to wait for all 8 to be filled here. I don't know whether we want more to be added. You can just have the extra 8 in reservists though ready. So if these die, we can form a new one. I'm going to wait for them to attack, which is coming here. Look, bandits are going to invade. Then once they've attacked, we're going to push on and see if we can kill this, which looks very small, but you never know who's hiding inside. I don't know if it shoots arrows either, so something we got to be really careful of. And it does look like you can control them. You can. Okay, so these guys will probably just leave you inside for now then. And this is almost there. We're just shy of 100. So once they're in, I mean, that's going to free up so much housing. I guess the elderly are currently living with their kids. So also remember now that we've got the bedding coming in, we're going to be able to do, I think we need to unlock battery modeling, but we're going to be able to do some kind of thing. We need luxury bedding actually for that one. Still wouldn't be able to do the upgrades on the houses then. You can do the basic one in the smaller house, which reduces fuel consumption. Actually isn't a problem, so we don't need those upgrades. Hey, new livestock acquired. I got the cows. Amazing. Just selling off a little bit. Flax is not worth anything, but it's fine. Keep that going. So I can officially get the buffalo. Oh, it's buffalo. Yeah, it does get leather. Perfect. So these are going to take a little while. I'll have one in there for now, just so I don't forget. And we've got them ready there, but we're going to have to wait a little while for that to build up. All right, yeah, another tech point. I'm going to grab a book collection. So this one, I think we can go and get new ones in the school. I don't know how long it takes or, through the merchant ship and factions. Maybe we should try and get a dock then. It just means they're better when they're trained up, right? I've got them in the towers ready. You'll see we've got no laborers now because we've spent all of them like training and I've filled up the towers here mostly. So should be looking good. Ready for the fight at least anyway, so we're all fine. Waiting for 2 more metal parts in here and our senior housing is done. That's going to be a huge boost to all of the housing. Then I can carry on upgrading anyway. Administration term has expired or is expiring, so yeah, max house occupants. I do want to reappoint you, so we're going to do that. We'll spend the cash. We're still good for another 5 years. All right, here they come. I mean, let's get... I've got 8 in here, so 4 towers full. That should be more than enough. And the senior housing is about to finish off as well. I'm so excited for that one because that's just going to make my life so much easier. They hopefully should all move in and get out of the way. So a little bit of a camp for those guys. It looks nice. I would move in. They've got their own pool or something. There we go. 36 straight in there, the old boys and girls. Good stuff. That frees up so much space in the housing, I'm assuming. Here come the bandits, though. How many are we looking at? I mean, it is getting more and more. So what I'm going to do is get these prepared straight away. I don't want them fighting, if I'm honest. It's weird that you have to left click instead of right click. But yeah, we'll get those dealt with. They should go down mighty fast. I don't want them fighting, though, because I want to keep their HP. I don't know how the attack's going to go. And they died super fast. So we're going to free up these guys. I don't need... Thank you. You can go and do something more valuable. That was... The attack isn't that difficult. Okay, you could probably... I could do this on like a harder attack difficulty. I know I went on this the least frequent one and kind of easier, but I do see 2 towers, so I'm not sure if they are going to shoot at us. It's going to be a problem if they do. Yeah, they do shoot. Can we attack it? Not convinced we can. We did a little bit of damage. Wow, you're going to need so much to take that down. I am not going to be able to do that. That's fine. I guess some of it comes down to in the military side of things. There is different. So shields, iron weapons, elite army camp. You'd have to go all the way down here. So I guess it's designed to make it pretty hard. Well, anyway, we're looking good. Hopefully, I've managed to showcase the game in a super light, to be honest. I think that's going to be it for this one. I mean, let it be known if you want to see more of this. I will definitely do another one. I want to learn it and then probably come back stronger. I think, though, it reminds me a lot of, like, Banished and stuff. Anyway, I've only played a tiny bit of Banished, so I don't know. But you'll have to let me know as well what you think it reminds you of. I think it's a tidy little city builder if you fancy slightly more difficulty. All that sort of stuff as well. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope you like the final town. It looks pretty nice, I think. We've done pretty well. As always, if you could hit the thumbs up for me and let me know. Subscribe as well if you aren't, as well, as we're trying to push up towards 100k now. That's going to be my next big goal. So I really appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.